What is going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the show. It's Monday. I know. Solo. I don't know where anyone is, but that's all right. I was a little behind on getting the show started, or at least set up anyway, but good to see you all. I hope you had a wonderful Easter weekend. It was Easter weekend. Yesterday was Easter. That was the only thing that yesterday was. At least that's what I recognize. I only recognize it as being Easter Sunday. Now, many of you know I'm not religious myself, but boy, do I feel like a lot of people on this planet need Jesus. Holy cow. Yes, I have a mustache. I have a mustache. I don't know if you noticed, but it's true. Yeah, if you are in YouTube, you can actually do exclamation point here to check in. It's kind of cool. It's a little feature that I added. Where's Adam? All I see is the fern. You know, it's funny. Metastep said yesterday on Forbidden Frontier, he said something along the lines of me, stealing the Fernk's stuff, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm inspired. I'm inspired. I love this. Reporting for duty, Commodore. I love it. I love that. Maybe you guys are overwhelming it, but that's pretty cool. Sun consciousness. I know. It's actually kind of cool. Well, how are you how are you so sure about that, Mr. Fortune? Mr. Fortune seems pretty sure about what is. Obviously, I have gender reveal in the title. Now, it's funny. I posted this the other day. I said on Twitter, I said, should I have a gender reveal party to piss off the libs or to piss off the BT no the LGB the TQIA pluses, because I feel like LGB should be separate from the rest. You know what I mean? I feel like that is different than that. Anyway, I was saying, should I post or do a gender reveal party? And I got a bunch of people that are like, gender's made up. Genders don't even, why are you even doing that? And I'm like, gender and sex are the same thing. What do you mean, gender? Okay, but is it not the same thing? A sex reveal party? It's a gender reveal party. Like, obviously, it's to reveal the gender of my unborn child. God, people get so butthurt on the internet for the silliest reasons. Like, the other day, I saw someone someone posted a picture of Tim with like a full head of hair, and they were like, conspiracy theory, blah blah blah, and I just quote tweeted. I said, can confirm Tim has a full head of hair, just as a joke. And people were like, man, Tim's living rent free in your head. I'm like, it's a joke. Like, what? I operate in the same circles as him. Am I not allowed to comment? I find it really hilarious that people get so upset about that. Still, 4 years later. My goodness, it is ridiculous. So yeah, I want to talk about the sun may be conscious. I have this article that talks about that theory. The sun's been in my head for a long time, actually. But yesterday on Forbidden Frontier, we had Ben Davidson from Suspicious Observers on YouTube. And he was really breaking down the micronova theory. Now, obviously, I have nova theory in the title. And I don't know how many of you know about it, but I can't stop thinking about it. I've never had more of a desire to start prepping for it. Preppers, planning for the end of the world, all that stuff. Like, man, I had a hard time going to sleep last night kind of vibe. And I think it has something to do with me having a kid. The fact that I know that I'm going to have someone else that I have to care for, right? That I'm responsible directly for them. I've never really had that. No. I've never had that before in my life. It's only been me, and yes, my wife, but she's perfectly capable, and she's been on her own for a long time in life as well. So it's not, you know, I'm not responsible for her. She's responsible for herself. And so this is a new thing, and I haven't even met my child yet, but I feel that change. You know what I mean? I feel that change. And after how many just let me get ones in chat if you saw the show yesterday. I'm just curious how many people watched Forbidden Frontier. Oh, Flaws in the background. Hold on. Sorry, I didn't see there. What's up,
Nice
G?
mustache, bro.
What do you think?
I like it.
You do?
I do.
It's different.
Yeah, I like it.
But
it fits.
Yeah, thank you. All right, I appreciate that.
It fits everything you're doing too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
like
so
it's
too.
Like the manly thing, the mustache.
Thank you. Yeah.
Not enough people have just mustaches,
Yeah. Yeah, it was wild. I went to my in-laws over the weekend. Just, spend Easter with them and stuff. And they cooked up they had some smoked ham.
Ew. I don't like ham.
Oh, you don't like? Do you like turkey?
Yeah, I like turkey.
They had smoked turkey too.
Yeah, I fuck with turkey heavy.
And I was like, ooh, let me smell that. And I was like, I smelled it. I love the taste of like smoked anything. So smoked meat is really.
I don't know. How much
anyway, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna have some. I hadn't had turkey in probably 8 years. I haven't had ham in probably 8 years.
I thought you said you were not a vegan anymore. You just eat beef.
I mean, I ate. I've been eating eggs for a long time now, for like a year.
But you don't eat meat like that?
No, not on the regular. No, but I had some, and I woke up with a mustache.
I was gonna say you just automatically sprout.
I woke up and I was like, "What is this? This is wow." Oh, I guess
I guess I'm back.
It nauseates you, Mom. That's fine. Look, that's you. I'm gonna do me.
She's a vegan.
She's been vegan a long time. Yeah.
Really?
Nisha's a vegan. Well, Nisha eats eggs though, but my mom's like full on vegan. She never liked eggs anyway.
Really?
You're shocked? Well, I'm not vegan. I haven't claimed to be vegan for a long time.
Yeah.
I have zero interest in any dairy though. I'm not a dairy fan.
I love dairy.
Like I know I like cheese, but I just am not interested. I'm also not gonna make it a habit of eating meat. Like I'm not gonna cook meat at my house. You know what I mean? But like, I saw it and I had some. Now I have a stash. No.
Did it mess with your stomach? That's what I always want to know. Like,
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No. Not necessarily, but wow, my
difference.
Farts were smelly. The next day, I didn't like even being around myself. I was like, I've got to leave the room. Wow. Yeah, it was. I feel like bad.
Farts smell worse when you're not eating meat.
4 out of 4 sick Garrett.
Whole sick Garrett.
Are you worse than yesterday, Garrett?
No, I'm a little better.
Oh, that's good.
Terrible. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
you do sound a little better than yesterday, actually.
I can breathe through one of my nostrils, so that's an improvement.
Okay. Still, the show months go on. Gotta
respect. It's COVID. I got it.
So
really?
Is it? Wait,
Damn.
Yeah.
Can
you taste anything?
I haven't got that.
Oh, okay. That was weird.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was super weird when I had that.
Yeah.
Luckily, I haven't got that yet. But like the 2 times that I did have it, I got it, and then like 3 days later, I was like, "Oh, I'm feeling so much better." And then like the day after that, boom, hit me again. So who knows? I may get hit again.
You got hit with that long COVID, huh?
Oh yeah,
Pause, bro.
Wait, didn't they come out and say that that's not a thing anymore? Or I don't know.
I don't know. They said
I don't know what I can and cannot say on YouTube about that.
I think there's elements of that's true because my wife, when she got it, she does have symptoms that like when she got it, she got pneumonia. So now when she gets even just like a little sick, not even COVID, it'll like almost directly go into pneumonia. So there's something about it, but it's like it's just another version
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just
We'll
it
leave
just
it
has
at
little
that.
things.
Yep.
You can all finish the sentence.
You get it. You get it.
I get it.
Yeah. So I have this cool article, Garrett. I'm glad that you're well enough to join us for a bit. It's
Yeah.
about
I missed it last
claiming
week.
the sun may be conscious.
What?
Yeah, and I'm going to pull from a couple different things. I haven't stopped thinking about the sun. I started talking about this before you guys joined on. I haven't stopped thinking about this nova theory. Now I'm going to explain it for the people who missed the show yesterday. You were in the background listening the whole time, right?
Oh yeah.
It's wild when you hear the whole thing like laid out like that, right?
Yeah. It was a really good show.
Yeah, but, dude, he's awesome. So I read this theory a couple days ago, actually, maybe like Thursday. And it was just this random picture of a hopscotch, like the 1, 1, 2, and 3,
Yeah.
or 3 and 4, whatever, the hopscotch, right? The squares. Someone said, like, many people have played this. Many people don't know that it's actually linked up with a Christmas tree. And I'm like, what the heck does that mean? And then they go into this like thing about like chakras and like the garland around the tree relates to like this, I don't know, this enlightenment path. And then once you reach the top, which is enlightenment, you become a star. And I was like, oh, that's wild. And then like 20 minutes after I read that, I found this article about the sun that may be conscious. And I'm like, what is this? This is wild. Now, I'm not saying I believe this. I'm not saying I'm like, I believe this now, but I thought it was really interesting because then our episode of Forbidden Frontier was about the sun, essentially, and how it relates to this whole theory of a micronova. And that's what really happened during the Younger Dryas 12,000 years ago. And in fact, many, many times throughout the history of humanity surviving on this planet, which has a history that we aren't taught, according to Ben of Suspicious Observers. Now, all of the evidence that he has on his channel, which is a lot of evidence, tends to make sense. And actually, I found there was more evidence called Project Nanook, which is essentially this Cold War reconnaissance mission to North Alaska, the Arctic, where they were doing core samples of the Earth and ice as well. And they were finding this switch variation between like really cold climate plants and animals to then a really hot climate plants and animals, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And they couldn't understand it. They were like, how does that make any sense? This is the Arctic. It's cold up here, right? It doesn't make any sense. But once you know what the micronova theory is and what it does to Earth, suddenly it becomes quite scary. And I, again, haven't stopped thinking about it. All day I'm like, how can I prep? How can I prep? I turn on YouTube. First video I see is an interesting guy from the British Museum who I actually really like. He's pretty funny. I can't think of his name, but I posted it.
Is it the older guy from the British Museum?
Yeah. Irving Finkel. Is that his name? Yeah, Irving Finkel. Now, there's this one of the oldest games ever found. It's like 8,000 years old or something. They have it. It's this like box, and you roll these die to move your pieces around. And I love that. I want to make myself one. And this is the guy who presented it. And this video that I found today is him talking about Noah's Ark and how there's this ancient cuneiform tablet that actually describes an ark and what it actually was. And it wasn't some, it wasn't Noah. It was this society built an ark because they knew it was going to flood. So then they put all the animals that they knew, not like all the animals on Earth, just like all the animals that they could basically to survive, to be on this ark. And they actually built a replica of the ark according to the dimensions of this tablet that they found, and it's pretty cool. So there's this video on YouTube. It's called um, "The Ark Before Noah," and it's very interesting. It's called "The
Oh,
Great Adventure," and they build this ark, and dude's kind of funny, and it just I can't stop thinking about how Ben was saying, no matter where you are, the oceans are going to invade the land because well, I guess let me just pause and explain for those who don't know what I'm talking about, what the micronova theory is. So, in our galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, there is a galactic energy sheet made of electricity that kind of ripples like waves, and they start really wide and get more and more ripply as it gets further out from the center of the Milky Way galaxy. And every time it hits the sun and in our solar system, which is about every 6,000 years, the sun goes through a process that he describes as a micronova. Now, without getting into the details, um, many of the things that they claim happen during this micronova event are in fact happening right now. There is a lot of dust buildup in our solar system right now. The magnetic poles change, which for those who have been
yeah.
following me, I've talked about this many times over the past couple of years. Even going back to Timcast, like me and Tim did an episode on the poles shifting 4 years ago when we were, in our heyday of Timcast IRL. So it's been going on for a while, and they've been increasing speed. So they're changing. And according to the lore from Ben from Suspicious Observers, they're going to a specific point, and it's exactly where they suspected them to go. They're going directly to these points. And what a micronova does is when the sun actually, when you hear nova, it's like a supernova, but a supernova is when a star explodes. A micronova is when the surface gets covered in this dust, and it kind of creates like this cake, it's like an M&M, like the shell, right? It creates this shell around the sun because the magnetic energy of the sun gets disrupted by this galactic electrical sheet, and it kind of stops the sun's ability to push away all this dust, which it normally does. Same with the Earth. We have a magnetic energy shield that actually protects us against the sun's rays, the radiation from the sun, but also solar dust and asteroids and all sorts of stuff that we wouldn't be able to survive without this magnetic energy. Well, when this galactic sheet hits Earth, Earth also gets affected and loses that ability to push back this dust. So when the sun gets all this dust on it, it kind of like it's like kind of like tries to get it off, and it does. It blows it off in this like epic one day. It happens over a course of 1 or 2 days. It's very quick. It gets hit by the sheet. It loses its ability to hold back the dust. The dust all goes on, and it blows it off, and that's a micronova. Now, what this does to the planet is what is frightening to me and what I can't stop thinking about. So, I've talked about this before on Forbidden Frontier, and I kind of grasped it. I've been following Ben for, I don't know, a year, maybe over a year now. And you don't really grasp how scary it is until he's breaking it down. And I've talked about it. So, if you take an orange and you got the orange peel, right? Right now, our Earth it doesn't look like an orange and a peel, right? Because we've got Earth, where we live on, right? It's solid ground. And as you go further towards the core is molten, right? It's a liquid. But there's so many different layers that gets softer and softer and softer until you get to the molten core. And there's no real place that it's separate. Well, what happens when the sun does this micronova? It hits the Earth, and actually creates this electrical wave that creates the separation that turns us essentially into an orange. Now, if you look at the Earth, I actually have this right here. It's perfect. If you look at the Earth, what you have is two very cold and very ice-heavy Greenland and Antarctica. We're spinning, and the molten core is spinning. What happens when you take an object that's spinning that has that's not perfectly spherical? It's actually got an oblong placement of weight, which is what would happen, right? The weight would actually go to the side. So that extra weight on Greenland and the extra weight from the ice in Antarctica would actually put them on the equator and actually turn the entire Earth 90 degrees, but keep spinning. And that's what would happen because of that micronova would actually dislodge all of the outside edge of the Earth where we live. And that actually explains the whole flood theory. The floods that have been across the planet, every different society of humans that we know have a flood theory, that the water invaded the land, the sun stood still, and then went back the other way. All these different theories, I mean, they're wild, and it's frightening, especially because it's every 6,000 years. And he says it goes back much further than the Younger Dryas. And it explains why the woolly mammoths suddenly were in this Arctic place where there was no food for them to eat, but there was when it was located in a completely different geologically spot on the planet before it shifted to a completely new place. And it's supposed to happen within the next 25 years, 2050. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, that's wild. And it's like nothing you could do about it. It's kind of like
there's nothing you can do.
Well,
it's not an asteroid. We can't nudge it out of the way. It's the sun. And if this consistently happens, this is another thing that makes me go, The CIA, there's this book called The Adam and Eve story. And it's not about Adam and Eve. It's about humans restarting because of a cataclysmic event like I just described to you. The CIA took that book and redacted the entire thing, said this is putting this out. They finally unredacted it back in the 90s, and it was like 57 pages available to read. And even that is frightening, because if you know the story of the micronova, you can connect all the dots. In fact, Ben has a great video where he does exactly that. So all day I'm like, maybe I should build a boat in my backyard. Maybe I should build a boat that I can like.
You're dead, bro. That's crazy. You're going to die. To think that you're going to beat the sun is crazy.
No. Look, humans have survived.
Everywhere. Why do you need to build a boat? There's boats. Just buy a boat.
Well, I mean.
So everyone in boats is good?
So he was talking about surviving. The last 20 minutes of him being on the show, it was Easter, and he was great for coming on. He was like talking about.
It's a crazy conversation for Easter. I'm not going to sit here and lie.
Dude, it was wild. Talking about the end of the world, essentially, but also the theory of what happened, which it makes the most sense out of all the theories that I've heard, right? But this one's the most scary, because an asteroid could have been just like, we got hit by an asteroid, and that sucks. But like now we might be technologically advanced.
Than an asteroid?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because we can't do anything about it.
You can't do anything about the asteroid.
Yeah, I mean,
if it's
sure
big enough, there's nothing preventing that. I feel like that's the same. It's all fucking death.
Oh, here's the difference. An asteroid could be once in a million years. That would hit us once in a billion years. That's like life ending. Right? But if it's every 6,000 years that the sun micronovas, or rather every 12,000 years is when it's a really strong micronova. Every 6,000, like on the off, it's a lesser nova. I think the regularity of it is what's scary. It's my whiteness?
Yeah, I think so. 'Cause
What the
that's
hell
all
does that
sounds
mean?
like fucking death to me. It all sounds. I feel like you're like optimistic about an asteroid. That's white shit. Because that's crazy.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Right?
I don't know. That's crazy to even want to think about. To think about this right now, you just like unlocked all these different thoughts I didn't need to.
Well, I
have.
can't
was
stop
saying,
thinking
this
about
dude's
it.
duck.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about having a child, right? It's my first child. I'm going to have a child. So what do I need to do? I need to make sure that I protect my child. Like that's it. That's what's in my
Protect your
head.
child from doomsday. That's crazy
I
to think.
and you know what? I will try my damnedest.
Stop. Hark.
Yo, I
don't
will
know.
I will go talk to the sun and be like, "Nah, you better
Calm down
chill
for a little
out.
bit, bro.
Calm
son.
down.
Chill out.
Calm down, son. You're my son." I'll just yell that at it.
I thought we were bros, man.
I love how that works. That's so good. Oh
That's
man.
hilarious.
Yeah, so that was a wild. I had a nightmare. I
I'd have a panic attack mid-show if I was thinking that. That's
I had a
crazy.
nightmare last night and it was crazy. It wasn't about the sun at all. It was about it. I almost lost Nisha to drowning, and I had to die. She fell into this well, and I heard her struggling, and I jumped into this well. This was my dream, and when I dove into the water, it was as if, like a well is just like a pipe, right,
Yep.
going straight
Yeah.
down. Well, where the water level was, it was as if it was an entire lake underground. So I hit the water, and I could see somehow. I don't know how I could see, but I could tell that the water went on for a long ways, and I could see that she was like really far away from me. And I saw that she was struggling to stay awake, and she was majorly pregnant in my dream, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I was like, I need to save them. So I I swam after him, and then I saw it go down, and I went down under the water, and I finally caught onto her, and I remember pulling her up, and then the water level started rising.
Oh no.
So then I couldn't. I was pulling her, and I couldn't find where that one well hole
Yeah.
was, right? And I finally found it, and I was like, the water was like trying to stay in front of me, like I couldn't get to the surface, and I could see the people like it was like surrounded by people like, come on, and it's weird.
That sounds
It
like a
felt
fucking
like
metaphor. That's crazy.
Yeah.
it felt like the water started getting hotter and hotter too. It was like, all right, well, if they're gonna get out, we're gonna try to like burn them. And I put her like in front of me, and I was like pushing her up, and like she got out, and it was like a freaking movie scene. Like I just freaking got out as like the water got too hot to survive in.
Shit.
And I was
Man.
like, and then I woke up, and that was my dream. And I was like, what the fuck was that?
That's
and all I could
wild.
think was Ben talking about how the oceans are going to invade the land, but it won't be like a freaking
Oh, it's tidal
2
wave.
mile tsunami, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the movies would do, but it'll be, he said the floods are going to come everywhere, and it'll be like this
Yep.
Yeah, that slow rise.
all day long for 2 days, just like slowly rising. So like, if we have a boat, he said, like, if you have a boat, get in a boat, and
And
like
then what?
you'll float inland, and then it'll start going back out again. So what you can do is get in a boat for the 2 or 3 days. He said it's not going to it's going to be like 3 days,
And it'll
2
go
days.
back?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it like
Well, 'cause-
recedes back
Well, if you think about what happens,
into
right?
the ocean.
The sun or the earth, it's going to go like this. And the oceans, like objects in motion stay in motion, right? The ocean,
Like
all
if
the
you're
water
spinning
is
a
we're
bucket with
spinning,
water in it.
right? Exactly. If you suddenly spin, all the water is going to be like, whoa, okay, all right, we're going to settle down, right? And then that's what will happen. It'll come over the land and then sink back into the
See,
oceans.
I thought you were talking tidal wave. I thought
There
that's
there will
in my head.
probably be a tidal wave. Like being on the oceans, that's a lot of water, right? And it's going to come from the east, because last time it came from the west. And he was saying he's saying it's one of those things that they don't understand why, but they know that it does happen. It alternates which direction. And it's crazy to think about. But like the Atlantic Ocean is going to wash over the east coast of America, and America, according to his map, America is actually going to be down where South America is. Sweden's going to be more like near the equator, dude. In 30 years, dude, this is like prime property. Yeah, if I can survive it, if we can make it through.
Damn.
But I'm like, what do we do? Well, let me get a dope boat and make that my prepper spot, right?
Maybe that's why Zuck bought that boat and the underground thing and all this.
Oh, yeah?
Waiting for all these fucking.
Yeah, but isn't he building it on like Hawaii or something? Which is dumb. I don't even know why you would do that.
Well, if you watch the Jimmy interview with Ben, he's talking about, and I asked him about it yesterday, and he's kind of like, yeah, it's like the elites that know all the details. We don't know their names.
Yeah,
we don't know who they are. They're already living in underground bunkers in the moon, watching from a distance with binoculars. Or obviously being hyperbolic, but like who knows, right? Zuckerberg doesn't know everything.
Yeah.
The people who are building on Hawaii, he was saying Hawaii's definitely don't want to be Hawaii.
Everything.
He's saying Europe's pretty much done too. But what I think is great is the Baltic is to my east, but I do have a huge island in between the Baltic and me that would break the water wave. It wouldn't be like, because it would hit that island and then slow down. But it would still rush in, if what he was saying is true. So, hey, what's up, Doc?
Trying to buy a record and you had that mustache, I would totally think you were Swedish.
Do you think this is Swedish? I think this is more.
I think it looks
American.
Is mustaches a Swedish thing?
I feel like in Scandinavia though, I've seen that mustache more, like Danish and Swedish.
He's actually not wrong. I've seen more mustaches here than I have in America. I don't think a mustache is as popular as it once was in America.
You know what it is? Every time you have a mustache, somebody says porn mustache. Yep. It's so dumb. I'm like, just
happened
stop
last
it.
night.
Doesn't porn
Many
mustache
times.
mean good or something?
I mean, I think it directly translates to well endowed, so I'm just gonna go with that.
Yeah, as soon as
it's usually
George
related
called
to
my
gay.
mustache porn mustache, I was like, thank
Oh.
you.
Is
Well,
it?
no, that's stag.
No, I don't
Gay
think
mustache?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a thing. People, yeah. Which
I
sucks because
found-
like
Do
they
that
don't own the
first.
mustache, man.
Damn, I can
No,
only grow a
no,
mustache.
fair.
I can't even grow a beard. That's
You got a
They
nice
don't own the
mustache. You got the
rainbow?
little like pencil mustache.
yeah.
You can
don't
call my
it
mustache
pencil
Freddie
mustache.
Mercury. It's
That's
so
what it
cool,
is. That's
man.
what it's called.
Hold on,
Is that what
hold
it's
on,
called?
Andreas. Wait, I want to just say, I do like the flawed stash. I
Yeah,
think
it's like a 1940s.
I think it fits
The
you.
pencil.
Yeah,
it's nice.
pencil mustache.
If you don't tell anybody that you can't actually grow a beard, no one would know. They would think that that's actually a
on
choice.
purpose.
It's kind of weird
Yeah,
how much I
it
see
is.
Claude's face now because like I'm always staring at his laptop and I haven't changed the desktop picture. It's just a picture
What's
of
on
him.
the
Like,
desktop?
What?
remember like my flawed top
Oh
picture?
yes.
Oh,
yes.
It's basically like it looks like a Venezuelan saint candle with like you as like a martyr. You know, you're just. It's lovely. It's a good vibe.
I appreciate you keeping it.
I like the stash. No, the reason I actually kept the stash, I've done this every time. My beard comes and goes. Yeah, obviously, if you watch my show, you know. And every time I shave my beard, I do a different type of mustache. I've done like full handlebar. I've done like the side goatee thing, the big chops. I've done like everything I can.
Charlie
and then
Chaplin.
I walk over to my Tanisha and I'm like, hey, and she laughs and it's always funny, right? And I did it this time and she was like, oh, yeah, ooh, I like this. Like, oh, all right. And I'm like, wait, what? And then I like went and looked in the mirror and I'm like, huh, yeah, okay.
Your wife says if your wife says she likes it, you keep it. No matter
Yeah,
what.
you got to.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, you know what? And I liked it too. And then it's funny. We have like a picture wall in the middle of our house and, just our family, all sorts of different random pictures of our lives and stuff. And there's a picture of my mom and dad back when they were together in 1985. And it's my first dog. It's a Great Dane. It's just laying out in front of us. And my dad's sitting there and I'm sitting in his lap and he's got a big freaking stash. And I'm like, Oh
Real man
shit,
We got to bring it
my
back.
You
man,
knew it was-
dude.
Yeah.
And it looks the same. I'm like, wow, all right, yeah, Dan. Okay,
Nice.
it was cool. Yeah, it was
There's
cool.
a
So,
movie called
pretty hyped.
New Kids Turbo. I think it's from Sweden, and it's about like rednecks in Sweden, and they're like on like dirt bikes and have like mullets and like amazing mustaches.
Swedish rednecks. That's dope.
Yeah, it gave me a whole new
Hmm.
perspective of Scandinavia. I was like, oh yeah, no, they're just like well, not
mean-
just like us, but dang.
I see a lot of what are the 4x4s? You know, the quads.
ATVs.
Yeah,
you gotta
ATVs.
respect it.
Dude, I see those. There's like a hunting stand every, I don't know.
They're just like America.
300 feet.
Yeah. So y'all.
Okay,
Dude,
We're all the
it's-
same, man.
Do
All
you also
over.
have
Yeah,
it
yeah.
Where like I remember going into like a supermarket and like right when you go out, you know, how usually they have like supermarket tabloids and candy bars. In this place, they just had
Yeah.
like pickles, just pickles, just fresh pickles. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Was that-
don't get me
you know-
started. Actually, that's a sore
W
subject for
pickles.
me. Yeah. Let me explain. All right.
Yeah, please do.
So, my uncle Jim.
Oh man, that's a weird way to start it.
Oh my god, yeah, he's like about to cry.
All right, wait. You don't have to. Don't make it weird. No,
Okay,
don't make
all
it
right.
weird. My uncle owned or had a farm for a long time in Minnesota, and he had his own honey, he had his own steak, and he had his own pickles. Those are like the
Wow.
three things that he did, and all three of those things were the best you've ever had. That kind of like level, right? It was just like homegrown everything. Like I helped him move the cattle around, I helped him harvest the bees, and I helped him pickle. Like I did all these things with him, and those pickles spoiled like they were so good, right? The quality of pickles. And I mean, there's a lot of good pickles in America. Like I'm just a fan. I really like them. And there has not been one single brand of pickle here in Sweden that I've found to be just something that I can keep around that I'm like, if I
Really?
want a pickle. No,
So you
none
gotta
of
make
them.
it yourself.
Wow.
They're trash pickles here. You're
Make
right.
your own.
Oh, that's
You're
a bummer.
absolutely right, Flood. I agree. I tried to make cucumbers last year, and they didn't do well. I think it's because I planted them in the wrong spot and at the wrong time. I didn't get enough cucumbers to like
Yep.
Dude,
make pickles.
Danish pickles are good, but they're different. Like as well, I get your point because
Yeah,
everybody's got.
I
a
don't
different
know if I
pickle.
trust you when it comes to telling me what's good or not, though.
Especially pickles. I mean, no, pickles are really personal.
Yeah,
you
your
make
palate's on
you
another
make a
level.
killer rice.
Yeah.
You make a killer rice. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
That
I
saffron
think
rice.
I might have
You?
put pickles in my rice because that's
Dude.
what Persians do. Persians put pickles.
No,
in their rice.
you didn't put pickles in the rice. No,
Okay,
it
well,
was
we
the
should try that
Remember the
sometime.
saffron, that
I
yellow
do.
saffron rice that you made?
I love saffron. Every
Yeah,
time I
I know
open up a
that.
little canister of
So
saffron,
good.
I feel like a prince in Zelda. I just got this
The hell is
like.
saffron?
The spices.
Yes, saffron's
Saff-
worth more money than like drugs, and yet it's just an herb
Oh,
you
looks
put in your
cool.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really
More
good.
wars have been fought over saffron than Jesus. It's weird.
Really?
Aren't they called gherkins? Well, gherkins are just like a smaller type of pickle, right?
Well,
So
the Danes just make really fresh
Bad
pickles.
joke.
Like you only pickle it for like 3 days or a day. It's not like we have like our pickles
So
take
it's not real
longer.
pickles.
well, no,
it's-
but you know what they actually do really good pickle here? Red onion, pickled red onion. Have you ever had that?
I don't think so. No.
Do you like red onion?
I've
I
never
do.
had it.
You-
I do love onions.
Now, Flood, I know you don't like you're the whole onion thing, right?
Ooh,
But
that's right.
my wife can't stand red onions at all. She hates them because like that flavor gets in your mouth and it's like you taste it for
Is that
hours.
the purple onion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But once you
when
cook
you
it,
pickle
it's
it,
chemical.
yeah. When you cook it, it changes too. But pickling it is like it's a different direct. It also changes it, but it's a different brand.
Put that on
Um,
a sandwich or a burger, dog. Ooh.
Pretty good.
Mm.
Yeah,
stuff.
Red onion.
Oh, yeah.
Smorgasbord
Or a
and
hot
smorgasbord
dog.
like
Or
onion.
a
Oh yeah,
hot
hot
dog.
dog. Yeah, hot dog.
Ooh.
Hot dog.
With the little fried onions too.
Oh
Not
yeah.
hot dog?
Schmorbrad.
Yeah, dude.
Is that
Oh,
what
yeah.
they call it?
What?
Well, I'm from Chicago where we'll put like everything we
Everything
can
is
on a hot
Rats.
dog.
You know, pigeons.
Schmorgas.
No,
Schmorgas
no,
is the
come-
Like
Swedish-
You're
little,
sick.
like little squirrels.
You're clearly sick right now. It's
Schmorgas
okay.
is like an open
Close,
faced
guys.
sandwich, right?
It's it's a
You're
dire
my son.
situation up
Sorry,
there.
I love that. Next time I see the sun, I'm gonna yell it
You're
at.
my son.
He's gonna fucking release a micronova at you.
Don't kill me and
Real
everything
fast.
that I know.
You're just gonna release it early.
What, nigga?
Oh,
Am I?
really? Yeah. What, Crigler?
The sun is black. So
Oh,
yeah.
you think we're that close?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Maybe instead of just coffee, like Europe means American style pickles. Maybe you need like freedom pickles. Crigler's freedom pickles.
Good idea.
I like that, actually.
That's a
I
good
like
idea.
that.
American
That's
taste
a-
can be really big. Like I have a friend who worked in like a French restaurant. He's from France, but his favorite thing, because of being in America once, is having like a mayonnaise and like yellow mustard ham sandwich with white bread, like a square. Like
Delicious.
because it's so weird to in
Sounds
Europe.
kind of basic, but
In
But it's not basic to
America,
him.
Not
Right.
to him. Yeah, that's like
some sauce.
exotic.
Right.
It's not from
I
Rice
guess.
home. So it's like
Yeah.
if you imagine, you could probably make a good fortune off of like American tastes. You know.
Metastep
not
says, when
wrong.
I think about the sun, I see Flawed's face on it. I can see it.
Like
See?
Teletubbies.
That's kinda how I
You
feel,
look up
too.
the
It's
sun.
like,
Teletubbies, and it's Flawed's face instead of the
Yeah,
baby.
and blackface. I have red lips and really dark skin.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Like
shoe
blackface?
polish. Yeah. it
It's
would
like
be
if you
blackface.
put blackface on,
Yeah, if I wore blackface, that's what's on the sun.
you should do that. just for fun.
interesting point. I wonder how that.
Maybe
would
not.
There's probably internet pictures of it somewhere.
Of you
Someone
wearing
made me with
blackface?
Blackface, yeah, for sure. I'm down to
Vlad
it, so
wearing
I'm probably
blackface.
blackface too.
Ever since he didn't vote for Biden, he's been trying to
Gets
reclaim
blacker.
his lost blackness. Steal like a history for $5. How you doing, Robert? I hope this brings a smile to Diana and Betty. My mom helped me out when my laptop crashed and bought me a new one, 4080. I'm close to
Nice.
500,
4080.
179. Yeah, I
4080
saw
is
that. Yeah,
crazy,
you
bro.
tagged me on Twitter, and that's freaking badass. Like, what a
Better
G
than what
of
I
a
got.
mother.
Dang
Better
man.
than what I got.
It's also better than what I've got.
I gotta
It's,
upgrade.
That is wild. I have a 3070 in my
I have a
computer.
3090.
That's the same one I have. Yeah.
But I feel like
What is
yeah,
it? What do
you
I
know,
have,
it's-
Flood? Tell me again. 'cause
I
it's
don't even
freaking
know
out.
what you have. I'm not gonna lie. When I bought that laptop,
I
think
think
it's
he gave you a 3080. I think
it's
that's
a
what it
3080.
was.
was.
It's a 3080. It
Yeah.
runs.
I think he
so
gave you a
smooth.
G.
Yeah. No, I feel
Pretty good.
God.
laptop.
I owe you like crack
Nah, you don't owe me
cocaine
anything.
and babies. It's crazy.
Just well, I'm not gonna say anything online actually.
Lethal Lightning for 5 Australian. What's up, Lethal? How you doing, man? Says, what do you
Lethal.
call lesbian with fat fingers?
You gotta say with an Australian.
A
accent.
lesbian.
Well hung.
Well,
I tried to say that in Australian.
That
But
was an Australian accent.
What?
I don't know what the fuck I don't do accents like
That was not
no.
an Australian accent.
Well, you know what?
hung. That's
Man.
I
what it
tried.
sounded like.
Australians
hung.
are made up. They don't
right.
exist.
All right.
It's all.
You know what?
Conspiracy,
I'm never
man.
gonna ever do it again because
Good.
you just shit all over my attempt. Instead of, hey, nice try, you suck, which
I don't
I
do
would have
accents
found
well
at
either.
least acceptable as a response.
At least
No,
you tried.
just you are trash. That's all I got. Anyway, thank you for that. Juan Castle
one,
for
though.
2 says, rock the stash, Criggs. I do. It's a man thing. Nice. All right.
Nice.
All right. I like that. See, Metastep celebrating 34 months.
Good.
Damn. That is wild. 34 months. Thank you, Metastep. Hail, Criggs, Flawed, Quarter Black, and the best chat. Andreas, you weren't here at the time. Halls and the kid. Hey, what's up? Is she in chat right now?
I hope so.
Sith Lord on slash Timcast. Oh, I see. Halls and the kid was telling me about the sun thing. Said I needed to move to Colorado. Yes, just don't move to Denver because Denver sucks. But yeah, Colorado.
I like Denver.
Yeah.
I thought y'all guys were like trashing Denver hardcore. I was like, that's
Yeah.
okay. I mean,
Yeah,
it's liberal
Denver
as shit and
sucks.
stupid,
It is.
but it's a beautiful place.
It is. It's beautiful. But that's what happens to a lot of beautiful places. A bunch of
Yeah.
freaking libtards move to them and ruin them. Look at all of California.
It's true.
Yeah.
Sure looks
Yeah, it's
awesome.
wild. Oh, dude. By the way, me and Caul have been playing GTA. And it's been a lot of fun.
I have it.
And I
I
would-
downloaded it.
Oh shit, awesome. So I was inspired because I had this like I don't know, black armor looking thing and just like a plain outfit. And then Caul comes into my lobby and he walks up to me. He's wearing this like bright neon
The purple?
jacket with panthers all over it with
I'm
like
sorry.
bright purple
That jacket's
Crocs
fire.
on and like purple goggles. And he goes, "What kind of outfit are you wearing?" that's what he said, and I'm like,
He
"You-
hated on your drip
you-
immediately.
"You're saying it." Well, I mean, he's
Like,
not
what are
wrong
those?
though. Like when you think about GTA, you gotta go wild, right?
Yeah,
Because
every
it's
time.
like, and I'm like, you know what? That's That's a good point. So I go and I changed my outfit. And you know what? I didn't get a picture of it or anything, but I found this cool jacket and I found a hat with a bunch of, it was white with a
Glizzies?
bunch of hot dogs all over
real?
it. Yeah. It's the same hat
Come
that I
on,
got
Same
for you.
hat.
Why would they put that in that game though?
I based my entire outfit
Because
around
it has
this hat.
drip, dude. That's why. It's fresh as shit.
Yes.
Where did you even get that?
I may be
shit?
sick, but I still have Photoshop
So-
skills.
Got them
Where did that
skills.
picture
What
come
about a
from?
game
Of
where
me?
the
That is
sun-
amazing.
What about a game where the sun
I mean,
is flawed,
I do
but
like
if
I might
it
make that
sees you for too long,
background
it
on my
burns you?
computer. Send that to me.
Oh, like that level in Mario.
Yeah.
What
You
is
have to
it?
run
That
from the
is-
sun.
So
Yeah,
for those who
and
don't
just-
know, this is an actual picture of a micronova right here.
Yeah.
Is it?
A
It's about to
micronova
go
aggression.
Supernova. You can feel
The
it.
split second before it goes micronova, this is what you see. Look
That's it.
up at the sun, and that's the face you see.
It's the last thing you see. You're my son. That was Sejong the Great. He just said that. He's celebrating 41 months. Oh, Sejong, 41 months. That is insane. Hatchet became a new member. Thank you so much.
Some hatchet.
Man, Sejong, good to see you, man. I'm glad you're doing well. 41 months. Holy cow. That's incredible. Juan Castle says, Bam, if the Anunnaki are real, who created them? Dude, that is they're
Turtles all the way
how
down.
do you even answer
Who created
that?
the creator,
You know?
and created that creator, and then created that creator, and then created that creator.
Right.
So, turtles all the way down is that
going
expression.
forever.
But don't you think also, like, when you're a parent and you see your child live, it affects your life also? So there's maybe some neuro-linguistic programming going on where we're affecting the Anunnaki's development because they're like, oh yeah, look how that's going on. So there might be like a back and forth. We might be affecting our own creators.
Through time.
Okay.
Why not? Or if it's a simulation, then they're watching us
Yeah.
right
It
now.
might be.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're watching you masturbate, so don't do it.
Oh shit.
Stop
I kind of hope they are. Like, if there's a simulation, they're not watching.
They're
It's less-
judging you. They're like, look at it. What is he? Why is he touching it?
Oh God! I gave you that to procreate. What?
Why are they all touching it? Oh
I
god.
think that's,
Same time.
What
I
have we
think
done? Why do we give them those?
You stumbled onto a really good explanation for why we shouldn't sin. It seems like it's more just because someone has to watch that. I mean, it's
Someone has to
disgusting.
go
It's
through
like,
every
please.
single second you live.
Yeah.
Like, this
Yeah,
again.
that makes the most sense for why you're not supposed to do certain things. It's like, someone
Yeah,
has to.
some-
Mark
Yeah.
Shaw
Repent.
became a member. Hey, thank you, Mark Shaw. I appreciate you. I once knew a Mark Shaw. It was of the Robert Shaw species. I miss Robert Shaw. I hope he's doing well.
Robert Shaw.
Robert.
I don't know. I hope he's doing well
Love
though. Metastep says, Criggs, please watch that documentary I sent you. They talk about the Anunnaki at the end. Sure. And Garrett, I might send this over to you too because he basically sent me this debunking ancient aliens
Ooh, okay.
video.
Which
right?
doesn't seem like it'll be that hard.
I know.
It's like
well,
it's like 30 seconds long.
I know. Yeah. My response to him was like, no. He said you might hate me for this, and then he sent me that video, and I'm like, why? I think they're full of shit.
Yeah. I think like by the nature of us
for the
just talking
for the
about
most
stuff,
part.
Yeah, I mean,
people think we
Right.
believe
Like-
everything that we talk about. I'm like, that's not
Right.
the We're just talking about crazy stuff out there. Like, it doesn't mean we believe it all.
Yep.
Right.
you
Yeah.
have
Exactly.
to analyze things.
Yeah.
But also just I think the other thing that's funny is like just what people believe matters about what they're willing to like to build their beliefs and rhetoric
Yeah,
on.
the
So if you're a
foundation, yeah,
flat earther,
absolutely.
you know, you don't believe in aliens because you don't believe in space. But if you believe in space, because you believe you're on a
Wait,
globe,
flat earthers don't believe in space?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
for
it's
the
like
most
a
part,
hologram,
Space
right?
is fake.
Yeah, it's like a hologram.
Well,
or
then what the
something.
hell
And then
is
you
what
have
is
demons.
past it then? Like
They
what?
said it's
I
water,
don't.
right? In a
So you're
globe.
like in a big bubble
I mean,
thing, I
in a
think. But
dome.
like, let's do.
Well,
like
what's on the
even
other side? Like Truman Show vibes
water.
or what?
It's no, you're like
Water.
in a snow
Water?
globe. You're in a snow globe, the flat Earth, and then there's a big snow dome with water in it.
I
basically.
don't need to hear
I don't
anymore.
understand
Yeah, I wasn't
why
gonna
you
do
would
that.
have
I
to.
don't
They
need-
say it's water.
I don't need to hear
And
anymore.
space
Unless
is
anybody
water.
else
Nah.
It seems
What?
so much more difficult
You're
than
good?
just what we actually have.
Why did you dig me into that? Here I was trying to explain. If you believe that space is expanding and getting bigger, then the probability of there being aliens in a space is more probable as I'm talking, because it's expanding as I'm talking. So there's more probability of it, right? So it's
Thank
weird
you.
when people believe in space and then they're like, "Oh, aliens are crazy." Because like, wait, isn't that supposed
Right.
to be your whole
Yeah,
rhetoric?
I don't know
You
how
believe
people
in
wouldn't
space, so
believe
you
in
believe
aliens.
that it's probable that there. I don't know.
I think there's 100% aliens out
I
there.
agree.
There's
There's
no
200
doubt.
billion stars
I
in
agree.
our galaxy,
Sure.
in our
In
one
our-
galaxy.
If space is real, there's
Yeah,
it.
I think that's a light estimate too.
Probably,
right? I
yeah.
mean, it's insane how many stars are just in our galaxy.
Adam, I
That's
was
it,
just thinking when
just the Milky Way.
you were
Go ahead.
explaining the micronova again with the magnetic kind of spiral
sheet-
that comes out of
The
the middle.
galactic
Yeah,
sheet. Yeah.
that's just in our galaxy, and there's other
Correct.
galaxies. So
Correct.
those are also producing those. And is there
Correct.
another like a bigger sheet that's in the center of all
That
of
we're a
it?
part of. Yeah.
That is
Yep.
like a
Oh.
bigger wave that we can't even see because it's so massive.
That's
You know what I mean?
affecting
Oh,
us.
you're
So,
talking
you know,
like the entire universe,
Yeah.
galactic, like the universal
spiraling and
sheet.
spiraling.
Yeah. Like is
Oh,
there sheets
wow.
Systems
for
upon
that's
systems.
larger? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, and
There
then
has to be.
we're our galaxy is gonna run into Andromeda in like
Yeah.
I don't know a billion years or
Right.
something.
Yep.
And like
lot of
that's-
things are fractals, so
Imagine
it would make
when
sense.
those two sheets
Yep.
join
It's
hands
war,
in
baby.
Bro,
matrimony.
there's too much stuff going on out there. I
It's
don't want to think
war.
about it.
Did you
It's
read the
his
CIA's,
war.
the CIA's
It's
too
Project
much.
Gateway
As soon as we-
declassified paperwork?
What's
Anybody,
that?
Garrett, maybe?
Is that what you just pulled up? What's this?
Yeah, so like, I mean, well, if you go to the first page, it's like blah 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 blah. U.S. Carmen man.
Wait. All right.
Tasks,
Before we move on, can you post this in our Discord
yeah, for
so
sure.
I can actually have access to the thank you?
Doing it right
Because
now.
this looks wild.
Yeah,
Whatever
it-
this is.
I'm just gonna go over a couple pictures of it. The absolute
Okay.
infinity, and like you can see the pillars between infinity and absolute infinity, and then the idea of the universe having a cosmic egg center. This is the torus of the universe, and here's the galactic north, our galaxy, which is like quote unquote north and quote unquote south is the white hole versus the black hole. But if you were to go to any one of these other black spots here, right? Like this would be another center of the universe. Like it's always at a center because it's infinite. If it's infinitely expanding, again, this is just
Right.
So there's no
to
sense.
believe in that kind of physics instead of living on the back of a turtle. But if this is what you believe, then that's kind of interesting because everywhere is infinitely expanded from any other space. So realistically, and because of quantum entanglement, there's constantly this symmetrical friction that's happening. So realistically, there's you could probably
Looks like
imagine,
DNA to me.
yeah,
does.
this is all probably one super organism that's happening
On someone's fingernail.
I mean, what if like humanity is wearing AI as a crab shell?
No, but what Flaw just said is something that I always kind of thought like, well, actually, Men in Black kind of do this, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
marble, the universe
Yeah.
inside that little marble on the chain of that cat, right?
Yeah.
What if
Orion's
What
belt.
if, like, I mean, we saw that, like, strain of DNA right there. What if, like, we're literally that small,
I was
and it's
thinking
just
about
like
that.
an infinite amount?
Horton,
Like
here's a who.
the dimension is just exactly right. The base version of it is just like
Got that song in my head now.
Yeah.
Intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic.
dude. I haven't heard that one in a long time. Whatever
banger,
happened to
right?
the
I was
Beasties?
gonna
They were
fix that.
they were great. They were great. I just want to give everyone an update. George can't make it. He is stuck at work right now. Sorry, George.
The way you said that,
I don't know where
scared
Call's
me.
at.
Yeah, I was a
George-
little
no.
frightened there for a
Yeah, I
second.
have an update
I'm
about
sorry.
George. I was like, whoa.
Oh,
Slow
my bad.
down.
My bad. Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to scare
April
anybody.
Fools anyway, so it
Uh,
wouldn't have been true.
Oh
It
yeah,
is
I
April
forgot about it.
Fools.
I'm not a big April. I don't do April
Me
Fools.
either.
Me
much.
neither.
Me either.
I mean, I
Life
could
is a
post
fucking joke,
something, but I'm like, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I think Flood summed it up perfectly right
This
there.
is the day we should be serious because every other day is
Actually,
fucking-
I agree with Vlad 100%.
exactly.
I think that it's like the National Enquirer in Men in Black. Like a lot of really good, true declassifications happen on April 1st throughout the years.
Really?
So it's
That's
kind
why
of
they
crazy.
do it
Like
on purpose.
Try
I
to
don't know.
Cover
it
it,
seems
yeah.
kind of like a
Lines
great time to do stuff. He's like, oh, it's April 1st, but
Right. Who knows?
who knows?
Anyway, let's see.
Could be
Vault
true.
95 Survivor says Beanie Boy has a lot of Bill Mitchell level simps, especially in his Discord. The
Why'd you talk
best
about
meme
Flood
of
like that?
Tim is when his That's hilarious. The best meme of Tim is when his beanie is removed and it's his face again, but upside down. Very funny.
Yeah, that was
Like,
good.
Well,
Voldemort?
have you seen the video of it? There's a video of him where he opens it and the mouth goes like this. It's actually really creepy. I actually don't wish it upon anyone to see that video
I wanna
because it
see
is
it.
frightening. I'm sure it's
probably
not hard to
come.
find.
Dude,
Oh,
who's
wow.
Bill Mitchell again?
I want to see it.
Is Bill
I'm
Mitchell
sorry,
the
I-
economist?
Bill Mitchell.
Can't believe Flaw just said that. That's the
Dude.
most horrifying thing he's ever said.
He eats a glizzy.
Anyway, V6
In
Neon
the
says
video.
that 70s and early 80s porn star face fuzz.
I like
Calm
it.
down.
I
Calm
like it.
down.
I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah,
all.
it's
we're all
good.
into
It's a
it.
good look.
Porn, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig it. Look, I like it. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but it's fun. I like switching up. Whatever, who cares? I want more cereal for $10. Hey, thank you, cereal. I wonder what is your favorite kind of cereal? I'm very curious.
Cinnamon
Says
Toast
I
Crunch.
loved the fact that you had been on Forbidden Frontier last night. The reintroduction of catastrophism is necessary for society to survive. The more you are informed, the better chance you have at surviving. I agree, and I think the reason the CIA covered the Adam and Eve story is because we lightly touched on this yesterday. Is the fabric of society would unravel completely if people actually thought that the world was going to turn sideways in 30 years by 2050. That would be it would
Yeah.
there's
Isn't
nothing
that,
we
like,
can do. Like it
basically
would be anarchy.
That's everyone's religious belief, though. I feel like the
Yeah,
Jews, the Muslims,
that's
the
what everyone
Christians
thinks is
all
happening.
kind of believe that that's
Somehow,
coming in
some
some
way.
sort of a.
That
Yeah,
the
but it's not
Antichrist
like
is
in
coming.
25 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
No,
Like,
no,
why do you think
wait,
there's so much
hold
money
on.
in
Whoa,
Israel?
whoa. But isn't it supposed to be that the Antichrist is going to be born and then going to bring about like the
Some people
Whatever.
think
Yeah,
the
but there's no
Antichrist-
definite date.
Some people think the Antichrist is the camera. Like the one-eyed Dajjal is what a lot of Muslim Sufis believe. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person. Other people think that it's more of like the messianic movement or an anti-messianic movement that emerges.
Oh, interesting.
I think the main thing though is the Jews believe in the unblemished calf ritual, and so they've been cloning unblemished red heifers and sending them to Israel. And they've, the idea of them being able to commit this sacrifice might not mean anything in real life. That might just be fake magic that they believe in, but believing in something's enough to get people to live and die over it. So if they were saying we're gonna have our new 1,000 years of peace, right? Well, that's the way that you're supposed to call your apocalypse, right?
I'm good with just not knowing about it,
yeah, I'm better.
Just
than
let
not-
it hit.
not knowing
Let
about
it hit. I'll just
I didn't even
enjoy my
notice.
life with my kids. And
We are.
It's true. We are. Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
I'd rather not know about it. Though, yeah.
This is wildly urban right
Nice.
now. Yeah, I like it.
Nice.
It's the only one in existence.
Nice.
My cousin's kid made it for me. Shout out to Max. Ryan Hinnard says the sun being conscious sounds like could be true into the rabbit hole with Exertus segment. Well, I was waiting for him to show up, then we could talk about it. It figures he hasn't shown up for it. Well, I mean, I was waiting for him to show up, so it's perfect. V6 Neon says EMP did some research on my car. It's old enough to remove electronic fuel injection and ECU. Cab fit, dizzy, and carb to keep it running. Suggest you look into that as a prep diesel switched to EFI 90s. I got to tell you, V6, cars aren't gonna make it, dude. It doesn't matter. They're gonna be carried away, and if you find one, it's probably fucked. They're gonna be carried away because you got to think. Like, look, let's take the Scablands for example. Dude, it really bugs me that Randall doesn't like. It just makes so much sense to the amount of water that he shows the Scablands. Like, dude, the Grand Canyon. Like, imagine if all of the Pacific Ocean was shoved up onto America and then went
Washed
back
back
into
off,
the Pacific. Yeah, washed back down. It's like, yeah, that would create all of those insane. What are they called? Not the Grand Canyon, the other one, the dry bed, the dry Niagaras, right? You showed that picture the other day or a couple of weeks ago. I can't think of it, but they're all over the West, and it's like that makes so much sense. It's so much more water than we can actually fathom, right? It's not Lake Missoula, freaking. the dam melted, the natural dam melted, and it flooded out multiple times over 1,000 years. Like, there's no way that did that much damage to the Scablands and south. Like, it's insane. So, I mean, this just makes sense. So, I mean, it's gonna. I mean, you look at off Africa, right? The west coast of Africa, that landslide. When you look at how far out it goes, what does it go,
Even
like
in the
200
Amazon.
miles?
Well, even in the Amazon River, because the Amazon River's got all the Sahara sand. That's why it's red. So it's crazy how connected those areas are.
Yeah, I mean, but if the Earth shifted like that, and all the water pulled back in, like that makes sense.
Totally.
That's why Atlantis would have. It might not even be isostatic depression. Actually, it would just be that the water just took over
Moves.
because
Yeah.
it just, the Earth
Like Old
shifted
Brother
and the
Where
water
Art
kept
Thou?
going.
How do
Oh,
you
yeah.
get back
I never
to the
saw that.
land?
Oh, you
In
should
Old
watch
Brother
it. It's
Where Art
great.
Thou, there's a scene where they change a dam, and all of a sudden, all the town and the evidence in the town and themselves in the town are all flooded, and that town will always be underwater until they change the dam in 100 or 200 years. And this
Right.
happens a lot. I remember in Argentina, I saw a church that they had found. They're like, "Wow, we found this cathedral that was like built in like the 1600s." And it was in an area that had been, they removed a dam and they built another dam somewhere else, and it flooded this zone and it unflooded this other zone. And like, wow, so apparently they flooded this about 120 years ago. And
I
this
think
is,
they flooded Egypt on purpose, Garrett.
Yeah,
I think they did it on
exactly.
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate,
Yeah,
it's the ultimate
we
weapon.
can't
I
go
can
down
see
into
that,
the
yeah.
Osirian. It's or underneath. It's flooded but we need that for drinking water. And it's like, no, you did it on purpose to hide all that shit.
Right.
Guaranteed,
I mean,
there's
it's
shit
precedent.
under
What you
there
got
that
under
they
there?
want to hide.
What
Well,
do you got
because
under
it's
there?
not. It's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
This is the other thing that's weird is the people that are interacting and related to each other. Like, it's not necessarily from the people that consider themselves Egyptian now, and then they're going to say, okay, well, then doesn't that mean there's precedent for, Israel and Egypt, or Egyptians in Israel, or Chinese or Africans? Because a bunch of different people are going to say, well, this is not just your culture, this is our shared culture. And then Egypt's got a big problem with that. Egypt wants to say, like, this is
ours.
Yeah. Even to the extent of, like, they're building a new city, like, outside of Cairo, and they're moving their government to it, and they're going to build a new history in Egypt, completely.
Probably. You think there's a spacecraft under the Sphinx?
At the very least, the Earth is kind of like a spacecraft, I feel like. But
You said the very least.
Yeah, the Earth itself.
is a
We're like, this is a spacecraft.
That's where you start at.
Yeah.
You know what I
Technically,
mean?
yeah.
You freaking California.
I do think it's really weird that, like, the Jesuits out of, the Egyptian order, there's a thing that looks like a key, like the cross on the rosary. It looks like a keychain to me. It always has. But there's a thing like that exists from ancient Egypt as well. And the Ankh and this idea of there being, like, a levitating, the capacity to levitate sand together to build the pyramids or to put together a spaceship to just arrange matter with harmonics. I think that's what, at least I find interesting with the religious text, right? Like Solomon, they say Solomon used sound frequency from demons, whatever that means, to build the temples, right? So it could be that it's just the capacity to build that. Wait, go back to your disc. I want to see that. You think there's a disc like that, really? I
You
think
never heard
that's a
that
little-
theory?
I don't think it's specifically like that. I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's one of the theories that, I mean, when we started Forbidden Frontier, I kind of opened up a whole section of the internet, and I was like kind of looking through a window, and the more you look, the more you kind of get pulled into it. Not that I believe it all,
Stares
but
back
it's just,
into you.
It's it stares back,
You,
man.
you at least believe in
there's a
Batman
lot of
Book
theories.
of the Dead, right? Garrett, you've read Batman Book of the Dead, right?
Oh, dude, it's been a long time.
But you have. And
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
why I love you. But Batman Book of the Dead is one of the most important comic books because it's probably true. It's the story. I mean, the story of the
In
ancient
truths.
civilizations all connect together. The reversing of the poles. The lost god. I think it's basically Tartaria. You got to look at the Batman Book of the Dead comic. It's all about UFOs building Egypt. But did you watch that movie Super 8? I think it was Spielberg's movie, and it like tears apart everything to build its spaceship. It takes all the metal and it
I
arranges
remember,
it.
but I didn't watch that movie. But I remember.
See,
being
that scene
That
though,
was
where it's
J.J.
like
Abrams.
a reverse tornado. It just tears the sand apart and puts it together. There's a lot of religious stories from all over, like
Actually, I
Buddhists.
did watch
and-
that.
You know, I haven't read this.
Wait,
This
which
looks dope.
movie? Which movie was
Super
that?
8 with the alien.
Super 8. Oh, you haven't read the Batman?
No,
Book of the
this
Dead
looks
I
comic?
don't think
freaking
I've
awesome.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's with the
Please
kids.
read that comic
Kids and
book. It'll
Alien.
change everything.
I remember
it's
that
the
now.
best comic. But yeah, the idea that
Interesting.
the
It's all right. It's
the-
not that good of a movie.
no, but that
not?
idea though, the idea of it's all right, but the idea it's
That's
more
what I
about
said, it's
this
all right.
pulling things together to make something. This is 3D printing and arranging matter, and this is, I think, more interesting than if you have a spaceship. It's that you can take sand and arrange it, and it explains a lot more about why we have these stacked stones, right? Everyone's story, even the Spanish have these stories of Knights Templar getting secrets and then rising up iron out of the dirt to build ships and sailing across the sky in the 14th century. So there's all of these weird stories that they're like, what does that mean? But they kind of relate to that idea of having a technology that can pull matter together into the shape you want.
That'd be wild. V6 Neon says, if prepping for a flood, you will need to look into a sealed seed box with enough heirloom seeds for 5+ years. Why? Possible failed or poor crops due to salt and pollution of the soil, even a beehive, a sailboat. Volt 95 says, Adam, if a micronova hit the Earth, could that temporarily disable the natural electromagnetic shield the Earth has, and that let all those meteor impacts hit the surface, making Randall's impact theory? I thought about that, and actually, the week before Ben came on, we were actually talking on Forbidden Frontier about what theories we were actually doing, like this debate. Like, was it an impact theory? Was it the sun theory? And I kind of landed on like 12,000 years ago, it was pretty drastic, and it could have just been both. Like, they could have had air bursts over North America which is why those metals that rained down on the East Coast that they find that could only be from a meteor impact, but there was no actual impact crater. So it's like that could explain why that's there. But also, this micronova theory explains a lot of things. In fact, Ben was talking about this yesterday. He was saying no one theory explains everything except the micronova theory. Although, now that I say it, those metals that the micro diamonds, what were they, Garrett? You know what I'm talking about? What are those things?
Micro diamonds.
It is the micro diamonds, right?
What the fuck? I got sick brain.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I know what you're talking about. Though. Yeah,
I think it's the micro diamonds.
and the
Maybe that's what it is.
Metallic
Yeah.
micro diamonds do exist. That's like where
Quartz.
something is structured like a diamond, but doesn't have to be made.
Yeah,
out of
yeah, quartz maybe. So, something that is found along the East Coast that
nano diamonds.
yeah, nano diamonds sounds right.
Actually called.
Something along those lines. Yeah, yeah, and that couldn't be explained. I don't know how that could be explained with the micronova theory, but who knows, right? And I'm thinking maybe it's both.
fission.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's both. So,
Fission
but
or even
also,
volcanoes.
so Volt 95, the micronova from the sun might not be what disables our natural electromagnetic shield. It could be the galactic sheet because it hits the sun and it also hits us, right? We all pass through it when it does eventually hit us. V6 Nia, and for the record, they've actually measured this galactic sheet. It's not like this mysterious thing. They know how high the waves of it are, how far apart the waves are when they're hitting us. It's actually documented now. It's very interesting. V6 Neon says Google will destroy incognito mode browsing data to settle lawsuit regarding a consumer privacy in order to resolve a lawsuit alleging that it surreptitiously monitored the internet activity of users. Wow. Fuck Google.
Not surprised.
Not surprised
can't
either.
stand
If anyone
Google.
thought that wasn't happening, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Right. Don't worry, I'm in incognito mode.
Nobody will know.
I'm totally safe. Yeah. No, it's Google. They don't care. They're watching everything you do.
Literally.
B6 Neon says avoid Scotland. Scotland's controversial new hate crime laws came into force. I heard about that. That is wild. Yeah, hate crime.
What does that mean? Like just a
there's
crime
no
that they
such
just
thing.
Like, oh, this is a hate crime because they hate you. That's it?
Essentially.
They just
Yeah.
amplify.
Can you
it now?
imagine me?
All
being
it is
different?
control. It's like Gavin Newsom going, we're going to stop criminals by putting cameras everywhere.
Oh
It's
man,
like-
that'll stop them.
What?
'Cause
What do you
criminals care?
Yeah, no, you're just want to be China. That's it.
Yeah.
You're learning from China, and
Criminals
that's
are
that's
literally
all it is.
recording
What does it
all the
matter if
time.
there's a camera if when you get caught they just release you?
Yeah, true. True.
Because it's not for the criminals.
because
It's for the
the
people
camera-
that they want to control.
The camera makes
That's
the
why.
criminals
Exactly.
famous, though, right? 'Cause
Yeah, true.
now you've got a
That's
YouTube
true.
show about yourself.
This is
You
true.
Yeah, maybe.
survived.
Barney Boyle says Adam's stash is his own gender reveal. Congrats.
Nice, now we know you're a man.
He's a man. baby.
Chef du jour says congrats on the baby. Thank you very much. And I guess it's true. I am having a boy. I found out I'm having a boy.
That's
It's
why
a
the son
boy.
joke was
That's
so
right.
funny.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That,
epic, man.
that's I didn't even think about that
It hit
actually.
even more for
I-
me. I was like, "You're my
Oh, yeah,
son." You on that. I need to protect myself.
You know what's
I'm the
even
son.
better? I was pointing like this. You're my son, and right here is actually the image of my kid. You know, so yes, I am having a son. I'm very excited about it. I didn't know. I was like, I don't care, right? I kept telling myself, but when I heard that I was having a son,
Yeah,
I
it
was
gives you that.
inside. I was like,
You're like
yes!
stoked.
Yep.
Oh yes! Like I'm gonna have a son.
Yep.
Oh
Dude, soak it up. Soak it up. My son is turning 13 this month.
Your son's
wow,
Freaking wild.
that's amazing.
So
It's
soak
It's
it
gotta
up.
be.
It goes fast.
It's gotta be cool to like hang out with them, talk to them.
Yeah, it's nice. We've
It's
been watching
hilarious.
movies and stuff, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
You know
beat
what?
his ass
I've
in
been
dice, though.
soaking that up. You've talked about it randomly throughout the years that I've known you. You know, introducing them to the things that you like, and then seeing their reaction to it, and then talking to them
Yeah.
about it, and seeing, you know, because
Has he
it's
ever
like a
said
fresh
something
take on
sucks
things you love.
that you liked?
What was that?
That's
Has
a
he
good
ever been
question.
like, yo, this sucks? Something that you're like, I really like this. I want you to watch this. And he's like, this is trash. Has he ever said that?
No.
Okay.
I think he's just too nice, you know?
Yeah, he probably.
He's like, this is great, Dad.
I gotta teach them how to be brutally honest. Like, there's a reason my friends call me the honest asshole. Because
I don't know where
look,
you get it,
I'm
because
gonna
I
tell you
trash
how it
everybody
is.
else's likes. Like, if we're watching a movie and my wife is watching a movie, I'll trash that shit all day long.
Me too. Me too. I'll try shit I like just to make Mo feel bad.
yeah, I believe it. I see you two together.
Anything she watches, I'm like, this is terrible. But what happened? What just happened 5 minutes ago? I get it.
Thank you everyone in chat. It's very very nice of y'all. Don't get me wrong, I want a girl too. Like I would like, it would be amazing if our next one is a girl, so we have one of each. But her mom and dad had a boy and then a girl. Her aunt and uncle had a boy then a girl. My dad had a girl then a boy. My oldest sister had a girl then a boy. My younger sister had a boy then a girl. Now I had a boy. So it's like every single person around me, close
Has
to
a
me,
boy and a
my
girl.
grandparents, my mom has a brother. So there was a boy then a girl. So it's like everyone has one then the other. It's just like,
Yeah.
I know it's random, but like, man, everyone around me, right, Mom? Right? You had a girl, then a boy. It's just kind of like, well, then a girl, and then a girl. But still, it's like, it's funny. I was watching. So Chrissy Mayer is very pregnant right now.
Right.
I tuned into her show. She goes live on Simcast after Forbidden Frontier, and I like pop it on sometimes just to like. And she was She was like, I'm really overweight. I've been looking up things that I weigh the same. She's like, I weigh the same as like some basketball athlete, and I also weigh the same as a, what did she say? Like a full grown like boar or something hilarious. And but they were talking about how some guys wait kid after kid for their first son. Like there's something about a guy having a son. They're like, all right, mission accomplished. Like we can have as many girls as we want now.
Yep.
I mean, Flood, how many? You have 3 daughters?
3 daughters and a son. Yeah.
Which one?
My son is third.
Third in
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
So
my
when
oldest is
a girl popped out, were you like,
Yeah, absolutely. Both times.
both
But,
times?
I
Like,
mean,
oh man,
Maybe this time. Maybe
Just-
this time.
maybe
But
this.
Obviously, I love my.
It's
girls, yeah.
actually a pretty funny story, right? So I've told you guys my theory, right? About like, I thought it was a girl, but then she just was. It's only her stomach, right? She looked exactly the same. She's still like herself, right? And I'm like, you know what? I think it's a boy. I think it's good. It's a boy, because you're only your stomach. And in my head, like my experience with pregnant girls, which I've been around a lot of pregnant women in my life. I've seen
You out
that,
here
you know,
getting bitches pregnant. That's crazy.
well, no, I have 8 nieces and nephews.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I have I have
wrong.
3 siblings that I was old enough to like babysit.
I thought you were saying you were just
So
seeding
I've
the world.
no.
Around a lot of
No,
pregnant women. I run this
no.
village.
that's hilarious. But
I like where you're going with this, Adam. That you could read the gender by fat
But it's
content
not true, but
of
go
the
ahead.
mother.
Kinda.
No, I mean, it
Well,
makes sense.
no. I think
My
it's
mom's an
hormones.
OBGYN flawed. and
It's
it makes sense what you're saying.
hormones. It's
Wait, what'd you just
when
say?
a girl.
Mom's an OBGYN, obstetrician gynecologist who delivers
Then that
babies.
makes him even dumber for going with this theory. And
No, it makes
But
a lot
he's
of
saying
sense.
that it
Hormones
actually
make
makes sense.
But it's not true. My baby's mother was
Show
very
me-
skinny for 3 daughters. She was
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
losing
but
weight. She
that's
went
not
right
what
back
we're
to
not
normal
talking
size.
about necessarily.
Yeah, that's because they
fat
got
content.
like
Or
soy
hormone
seed.
content. Yeah. Poor kids. Not even the glizzy's gonna help with that.
This is retarded, bro.
It just-
I don't even know what to say back to that.
I know that was so bad, but it's funny how bad that was. I'm glad you laughed at it because I was like,
I have no response, bro.
I swung
She's literally
and
crying right now,
somehow
man.
got a home run from that one. That's hilarious.
Damn.
All right, but listen. So we had our second ultrasound last week, and we go in and we sit down. She's just looking at like the brain size, like the umbilical cord. Everything's looking perfectly healthy, wonderful, and I'm like super hyped about it. And at the beginning, she was like, Nisha's like, "Do you think you'd be able to tell us?" She's like, "Yeah. Well, let me do all my stuff, and I'll look." And she like packs up, and she's like, "All right, great." And I'm like, "Whoa, wait." She's like, "Oh yeah, let me look." So the girl, she's looking. She goes, "Oh, okay. Well, it looks like it's a girl." And I'm like, I knew it. I knew it was a girl because I thought it was a girl at first, right? I'm like, I think it's a girl.
Wait, your kid
And-
you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about
How
my
you gonna
kid.
say I knew it, and then what do you mean?
Be-
So either one, you just knew what it was?
No, because
It's
it's
Cheating,
weird.
bro. This nigga's a cheater, bro.
But he was wrong.
You're cheating at the game, bro. I don't like it.
Let me tell the story.
Go ahead,
Damn
I'm
it.
just saying,
Simmer
you're a
down,
cheater.
soy
Go ahead.
sauce. Go on.
Don't do that, Andreas.
Nisha's making fun. You and Nisha are the same way. She's like, she doesn't like it. She was making fun of me for saying I knew it, right? Because I did speak a little too soon. Because she was looking, and then all of a sudden, there's the 2 feet, and then suddenly, it appeared
But
in
yo,
between
yang,
them. And I go, that looks
Wait
like
a
a dick.
second.
And she goes, and she's in a very thick Swedish accent. She goes, yeah, that's a dick. And me and Nish just like bust out laughing. And I just, in my head, I'm like, that's when I was like, yes, like, oh, it's cool. Like I'm
haven't you
having
ever been
a
to see
boy.
dick in your life.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But it's funny because I thought it was a girl. She thought it was like the professional thought it was a girl. And then like it turned out to be a boy. And like that's kind of the vibe that I had. So
Nice.
I still won. And so I nailed it. And I thought it was a girl, but it's actually a boy. And I thought it,
You
so
wanted it to be a boy.
I
you
called
thought
it
was a girl.
perfectly.
Well, you
This-
did.
you
No,
know
I called it perfectly.
This is probably how like relationships get destroyed over like gender reveals and why they want to wait for babies to choose for
I think it's the
themselves.
forest burning down that usually does it.
The forest
dare you.
burning down. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
I've seen a
How
lot of
ridiculous
like
is that? And then
horror
there's-
stories.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Why do people do it? I don't get it. Like, who cares?
Let's have a
I'm-
plane announce.
Like
Dude
I
died
posted
of
Tube
about it
people up.
as a
Explosions.
joke.
Right.
Like I'm
yeah.
not gonna have a party and like, light a firework and it's like blue.
Like this
or
is the
whatever.
perfect way, you tell each other, your friends, what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody gets excited for each other. But like setting off like fireworks and a giant balloon and all,
At
it's
a
like it got
party.
too much, just too much.
It's like no, you're making that about you.
Right.
You
Yeah.
it's not about the kid.
You know what you should do?
want more attention.
I'm not
Every
that I was
time.
saying people should reveal their genders, but if you were gonna reveal your gender, those like escape room parties they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I went with Garrett.
We did one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the middle of that, when everyone's kind of busy, you could reveal. So it's not distracting.
It's like a puzzle.
It's a minor thing like that,
Just
but
one
that
of the
way,
little puzzles. Oh, it's a boy.
yeah.
Okay.
And then, but then
It says here that there's a ring hidden in a picture. By the way, it's a boy. We should try to find it. Is that what you mean?
Or
Something
like-
like that?
I
Just
meant
kind of
more
like
if you're. I
slip
meant
it in
more
there?
like it looks like we're looking for a ring. By the way, I'm actually a girl. Like if you were doing your like that kind of the.
oh,
that
You mean
kind
for
of-
yourself?
you're
I
talking
said
about like
beginning.
adult?
Far be it for me to
God.
encourage gender
No.
roles, but the
Oh
only
my God.
place it
No,
would fit
dude.
is to just
No.
distract and to,
Dude, stop it.
Bro.
better than
Stop
the
it.
explosions. I was trying to.
That's
make,
not
we
what a
can tell
gender
what you are,
reveal
okay.
party is.
trying to be
It will be.
constructive.
It will be soon.
Oh my gosh.
You won't have to do it online.
If you recognize it, like it's like that's like saying this pissed me off yesterday. All the conservatives trying to own the trans community by posting a picture of an ugly trans person and say trans day of whatever the fuck, and I'm like,
Reckoning.
why are you legitimizing it at all?
Yeah.
Like I don't like that.
Yeah,
You're just
acknowledge
being
it.
an asshole, and also, legitimizing them and their day of whatever the hell it is. And,
And then
like,
they're gonna be
I don't.
"Conservatives were so mad yesterday. They're just gonna turn it into a.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like, how about you ignore them completely and let them live in their own little bubble? Because guess what? Then they die out. And I mean that in like shit, because
We know what
they're
you mean.
probably gonna.
We know what you mean.
Yeah, but YouTube might
Yeah.
not.
yeah.
So the whole thing is like
I mean that on the internet, not
I
in
thought you
like
meant,
in
actual
reality.
death in a casket.
that's the thing is like that.
Jeez.
that
No, you don't have to. You don't have to give more details, Claude. Damn it.
he was like
Um,
staring away. And you like grab the steering wheel.
and
went right
and
back.
my channel just gets deleted. All right, and we're gone. All
Would've been
right.
like,
Well, I was
"Hey,
just thinking about that same thing you're talking about, Adam. Is like that's fueling their narrative of people that
Yep.
hate them, right? So it's like
Exactly.
it's really nefarious and ingenious. They took something like the civil rights of the '60s, right? Something that
Yeah.
was legit, something that actually had laws in the books that were against black people, literal separation between races, all that stuff, right? They took that. They knew that they could make people afraid to. They don't want to look like that.
Yep.
So then they've come in and they've fabricated this entire narrative that there's this trans rights are human rights. Like, what rights do you not have? Like, you straight up just made up an entire group of people in the last
Yep.
several decades. They don't even exist. Why how could there be institutionalized like bigotry against a group of people that didn't exist?
Yep.
Yep.
But that's the thing. They think it exists the whole time. Like, okay, sure.
It's like that
whatever.
Well,
that
you're
black girl
trying to-
gaming site. Hold on, that black girl gaming community, whatever. They're doing the exact same thing, and
Right.
it's just like it's a different
We
victim
got
group.
so many emails.
Oh, look at these
Three
black
emails.
women haters. It's like, what the fuck
What?
are you
Fucking-
No, what are
No
you
one
talking
cares.
about?
Ain't
Like,
nobody asked you.
no one
Leaving
gives
up
a
to
shit.
yourself.
I just want to say though, it is important to recognize that there were third gender.
That's a
Diana
very different
Francisco
thing. It's a very
says,
different thing.
prayers, Garrett, that you feel better soon and your family. Adam, hugs
Hey,
for
thank
your
you.
son. Andreas, sorry, I'll bring him back because she's a
He
jerk.
couldn't even get through that
Andreas, you just rock. And Flawed, so much love to you and Mo. Thank you, Diana.
Love you, girl.
You're the best. You are the best. Andreas, you understand I had to remove you there, right?
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay, it's not
But
personal.
I didn't mean
There
I
are
think when I say
intersections,
one
but
thing-
yeah, it's a
Jumping
medical
up to you,
condition. It's a medical
No,
condition.
I don't even mean that though. I mean like there are circumstances like where you've had eunuchs, and it's really weird that transgender
That's
people don't just
different.
consider
That's a-
themselves
A
eunuchs.
dude,
Again,
if
that's a
someone
different
cuts
thing.
if someone
How
cuts
is
your
it?
shit off and you become a eunuch, you're still a man.
Yeah, you're a
You
man.
still have XY chromosomes.
The Balkan swarm. version of that.
What?
You about to reference
You know,
something
a lot of
crazy.
these culturally they call it like the ancient priests used to call themselves.
Oh my gosh. All right. Chef de jour says, congrats on the baby. I might have read that, but thank you so much. I wasn't sure. I'm sorry. Were you
All right.
talking, Andreas?
In defense of trans people's done.
Thanks.
All right, I hate him
Thanks.
again.
All right. Let's talk about let's talk about this fringe theory that claims the sun may be conscious. We finally got to this.
Oh man.
The one
And-
article that I wanted to. I've limited my base F Mondays to one subject
That's
now.
It works. It works.
But
Can I
look,
get through
an
it?
hour and 24 minutes in, we're fine. Well, I do have the Nova theory, so we did talk about
Yeah,
that
we
for a
did
while.
talked
So.
about that. Yeah.
Oh, brutal.
All right,
Did you see
so
Shakira's comments on Barbie? That was pretty interesting too. We could talk about that later.
I thought that
Oh,
was
I'm
April
sorry.
Fool's.
Are we switching the subject already?
No, I'm just saying. I
don't
said
you
later.
dare.
I said later. Go back, quick. Back to the article.
Curious Black Sun
No,
necklace.
tell
Go
me
back
about
to
this.
that.
What
No,
did she
pull it
say
up.
about
No, pull
Barbie?
it up. We'll talk about it later.
It fits.
Okay.
It does fit.
All right. Fringe theory claims the sun may be conscious. Consciousness does not need to be confined to brains.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Here we
This
go.
this was written by Andreas's cousin, actually.
I got a vibe going on.
Andreas.
All right. A bong rip of a theory suggests that all matter possesses some form of mind or consciousness, not just animals, including, as one biologist suggests, the sun itself.
How the fuck
in
do
a
you know?
In a fascinating plants scream when you cut them. You know
Sure.
that.
You play Mozart to him.
I heard.
Uh-huh.
They grow better.
In a fascinating dive into the hypothesis, which adherents call panpsychism. Popular Mechanics reports that this out there concept has existed for thousands of years and in more crystallized form has been bubbling around for the last few hundred years. Yeah, it's called they considered the sun a god called Ra.
Or
I mean,
kami. The Shintoists call it the kami.
Right. I mean, that they considered the sun a god, so of course they thought it had some sort of sentience because that's what God was to
Right,
them.
they thought it was the ultimate sentience, right?
That's not really that crazy to think about, like panpsychism. It's just like sounds like them just trying to write a thesis for college for
I think
something
they're trying
new
to help.
in,
They're trying
in
to
reality.
help people. They're trying to sex it up, but they're also trying to help people understand how energy makes up matter.
How the sun thinks.
Hey man,
The sun has feelings. You shouldn't look at the sun and tell him that it's your son. All right, that's rude. The sun would get upset.
They're trying to. They're laying a fire line.
What do you
against
think
that.
Oh,
it rains? Because
You're gonna
people
strike for it.
disappoint the sun. I mean, that's what I get a strike for.
disrespecting
Yeah,
the sun, bro.
for disrespecting.
misinformation.
Did you misgender the sun?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, don't assume
It has
gender, bro.
feelings. All right, they them. All
Maybe
right.
your daughter, bro.
Though inklings of similar thought had existed since ancient Greece, the term panpsychism was, as the report explains, coined in the 16th century by Italian philosopher Francesco Patrizzi, though it enjoyed 19th century credibility when the psychologist superstar William James publicly ascribed to it. The theory was veritably killed in the 1920s by the Vienna Circle when its logical positivism. Wait,
Positivism.
positivism. Thank you, Vlad.
Positivism. Got you, man.
Yeah,
Got
that's
you.
good. That's a good word. I like positivism.
It sounds.
Yeah,
it's still.
that's fun.
Yeah. Nah. I don't.
Sounds. It looks a lot harder than it sounds. I was tripping. Anyway, the idea that philosophical questions must have logical answers took hold of the philosophical world, which I ascribe to. I feel it is a logical based worldview.
I agree.
Fast forward to the year 2004, when another Italian neuroscientist and psychiatrist, Giulio, I think that might not even be Giulio, I don't know how the hell to pronounce that, Tanani, proposed what he called the integrated information theory of consciousness, which suggested that consciousness is essentially almost everywhere. By and by, the sort of panpsychist renaissance began to take place. In 2014, nearly 100 years after the Vienna Circle killed the feel-good theory, the respected neuroscientist Christoph Koch.
Yep. Sure
Wow,
is.
that-
Sure was.
what a
All right.
name.
Wow, straight up. All right.
Christoph Koch. I mean, he's got a mustache like this. Argued in Scientific American that if lumps of matter can form into human bodies and become conscious, there's no reason that groups of elementary particles couldn't either.
Yeah, but that was kind of
can see
defeated
it.
by the
I
Boltzmann
can see
brain,
it.
right? Well, no, would you believe in the
you know,
Boltzmann brain? Do you
I
believe
just
in the
feel like-
idea that a brain could just emerge out of space and a vacuum
I
of
can see
space
it.
just consciously for nothing? no
What
reason
is-
at
If
all?
that
What if
was true,
it is a
couldn't
brain?
you just reanimate a body?
So there's a lot of problems
You
with the
can't.
Vienna
It's also a
Circle.
good point. That's
I
a good
like
point.
I like the Vienna Circle to an extent, but there's definitely a co-option that happens at a certain point, and this is why also panpsychism, the way that article is framing it, it's like, oh, we just freaking figured this out, and it was white people in Greece. Whereas like Shintoism and the Veda and every culture, shamanism, has this idea that all matter is made up of energy. So again, you know, the sun is giving you this thing. We're like radiating it. We're watching it being demonstrative in plants and in everything around us. So it's just completely practical. But we've got it to this idea of, you know, this Western idea, like what is energy, like what is matter. Like realistically, we're just trying to help people deal with that idea that energy is matter from the get-go. So everything that you're seeing is arranged in some way, and consciousness is made up of that material. And the fact that everything is symmetrical and able to harmonize.
Or maybe there's a consciousness that's holding it all together.
Might be different than yours.
I want to add to that too, because what is that? There's that saying, "We are the universe becoming aware of itself," right? And what do we eat? Plants, animals. What do they eat? Well,
more shit than we even know.
Animals eats plants, which eat sunlight. So like all energy that we consume go up the chain, it's light from the sun. So
we also need sunlight.
Right. I mean, vitamin D, like we need that energy. So without the sun, obviously we would be dead, but you know, we are directly through the chain of consumption of energy getting or sustaining our lives from the sun.
Yep.
So it really is. It's more our dads than the sun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even the idea
my
that
dad,
dude, we gotta write a song, Fuad. It's bars. It's bars, dude. I was thinking about as I was saying it. I'm like, well, Fuad's gonna love this.
he's gonna love Posse track right now.
Why they even call it the sun? They should just call it Dad from Jump.
Papa, can you hear me?
All right, now I'm getting into it.
Bro,
don't burn me up.
Please don't burn me up.
Oh, man. For real, bro. That's a song, bro.
I love that.
But also
I
just
love
the
it so
idea of
much.
how matter is made. Again, like the sun is burning, and the radiation is helping create symmetry of atoms, which is why we have such a large abundance of carbon in the first place, or why hydrogen emerges. It's because of the arranging of matter from the sun to begin with. So yeah, on every level, like even the stardust that we're made of comes from Sol Invictus, comes from the sun, right?
Right. Well, but the whole argument that this article, or at least this theory, right, of the panpsychism, is that it's a conscious choice for the sun to arrange those atoms, maybe in these, like you were explaining. Like, I feel if it has a conscious, then it's doing these things for a reason. Although maybe not, right? Because you think about animals and their instincts, right? Most animals on this planet follow their instincts, and like a rabbit is going to run it at anything moving near it,
and fuck a
it's
lot.
it's gonna fuck and eat. That's basically a rabbit's existence.
It's my optimal.
Right?
Think about a shark.
Lifestyle.
A shark is a perfect.
Life,
A shark.
That's like
a shark
peak,
is
man.
a shark.
Peak
I think a shark is peak. A shark is a perfect.
Tell us about the shark. Stop saying the shark. Just tell us.
It's so perfect, Adam.
It's a perfect.
Tell me why
eating
is the
machine.
shark perfect? Just tell me.
Just because of what you just
get
said.
Flipped by an orca and not flip back up.
It's like a robot that you can disable. But yeah, it's got perfect design. It has electricity to see towards the future. It's just, but like you said, it's completely instinctual. It's not thinking about writing books. It's not thinking about loving its family, right? And we really don't understand this a lot of the time.
But it's alive. We know that.
It is.
I love because like your this
I think sharks are
conversation
spies,
seems
okay.
so. This seems like such a cutting edge.
Wait, Fly, what'd you say?
conversation.
I think sharks are spies. All animals are spies. But
Dolphins, a lot of dolphins
the
are
sun.
spies.
yeah. For
They're
sun.
spying for the sun.
sun.
Cats
They
are spies.
report back every night.
This is a
But
fact.
The idea
The
that
sun's. You think the sun's just going around? No. It's in a meeting
What if we're AI?
with the animals.
well,
What if
that's-
we're
that's
the
really
AI
is
all
just,
along?
like,
The
controlling.
sun is arranging our matter, so it kind of
sun is
feels like
player
that
one.
more and more, like we're 3D printing.
What is it? You know,
The
if
sun
God
is
created
watching you
us, what are
masturbate.
we
So
but
don't do
AI?
it.
So,
It's watching
yeah,
through
so
your eyes, though. You know what I mean?
On one
Everything's light. Everything is light.
Do you?
On one hand-
are you stare down at it when you're?
You gotta make sure everything's all set down.
on one hand, this is a
I'm
very
watching
like,
you.
I don't even watch porn. I just
Futuristic.
watch my dick.
Is that gay or I don't know? Like,
No,
Get
no,
the job done, man.
definitely not.
you just look down and think about what
Let's
could
not
be
label
happening.
it.
Yeah,
Let's not label it.
he's an idealist.
Oh my gosh.
He has a dream, but
What the hell?
Andreas, I
talk
can't
about the
even
shark.
hear. I
Talk
don't
about
know
the
what
shark.
you're talking about right
Talk
now.
about
I'm
the
sorry.
what
Talk about.
Yeah.
what we're talking
What are we
about
talking
seems
about?
like a cutting edge modern conversation about the simulation theory, but really what you're saying is exactly
Simulation
the
theory is
conversation that's been existing for thousands of years talking about God. It's like, is God in the image of man? Or is man in the image of God? And a big problem we have is we're like, well, if it's conscious, it has to be like us. It has to be God's like man. And so, but it's not
But
necessarily
it's not.
the case.
It's a whole different level. Yeah.
It's probably more
Well,
like
let's
the
read the
Earth
rest.
civilizations
There's more.
are
There's
all
more to
part
this.
of it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, AI pioneer and fashion-forward hat wearer Ben Gortzel has been an
Good
adherent
old Ben.
since at least 2004.
Did they have to
Perhaps.
That's my friend.
So you know Ben.
Yeah,
Dude,
of
I knew
course.
you. That's what I said. I knew you were. Well, you just kind of brought up AI too. All right. One of the perhaps one of the most compelling instances of panpsychist thought came in 2021 when biologist and author Rupert Sheldrake published a paper questioning whether the sun itself might be conscious. Consciousness does not need to be confined to brains, Sheldrake told Popular Mechanics in its new story. The link between minds and physical systems seems to be through rhythmic electromagnetic fields, which of course are present in our brains. They're also present in and around the sun, and these could be the interference or the interface between solar mind and the body of the sun, which makes me think of what Garrett was saying earlier, because it's interesting that I explained the galactic sheet in our solar or in our galaxy, right? The Milky Way galaxy, and that sheet. So this is actually just talking about the electromagnetic rhythm connection between the sun and us. But then Garrett actually stepped it up beyond our own galaxy. Like, what if the entire universe has this magnetic energy field that connects us all, and we are
sun is
just one
a general, like a sergeant.
or our sun is just like a nucleus, like one atom
Right.
in a brain that the universe is. The universe
much
could just be a
distance
brain,
Is there
and
an
we're just
atom?
like little tiny, not even ants, like little specks of
Smaller
dust
than that. Yeah.
float. Yeah, not even like
Our
nothing.
world is
We're
a,
nothing.
is a speck of dust. Yeah.
Right.
World's an electron.
I love this stuff. So, all right. So, to be fair, there isn't a lick of evidence to support this theory.
Nice.
My
At least
favorite,
they say
yeah.
it. At least they say it.
Sticking the landing. And Sheldrake is a peculiar character. He does hold a PhD in biochemistry, and he did research at Cambridge University in the 70s. But since then, he's been drawn to a variety of extreme out there topics, ranging from crystals to telepathy, and been largely dismissed in the mainstream. Not
That's
that
right.
I give two shits
Yeah,
about what
just
the
the same,
mainstream
yeah.
thinks about anything.
Exactly.
Dismiss him, you discreditable. Yeah, exactly.
It's mainly
Right.
the crystals
Go back
thing,
to
you know.
sleep if you can't handle
Yeah.
it.
Still, it's a fun idea in a sci-fi type of way. The sun is a complex system. Maybe it harbors mysteries we haven't yet comprehended.
Definitely
To
does.
say
Oh,
the whole thing
absolutely.
is somehow true, if so, what would the sun think about? And I'm going to leave it there. What do you think? What everyone think about it for a second, and chat, you too. What do you think the sun thinks about? And I'll tell you what I think it. No, I'm gonna save mine.
Okay.
You guys tell me. What do you, Fly? What do you think the sun's thinking?
I think the son is like, why is this dude not watching porn when he's jerking off instead of just
Why is he
I'm so
staring at his
confused.
dick?
I'm so confused about this.
Damn it! I had a joke along those lines as I was gonna do my
I wish we all
last
wrote
bit
down
and
our
with the
answers like
outro,
Jeopardy.
but then
now you just gotta re-evolve it.
He's
You
like,
gotta-
this guy's broken out of the matrix. He's figured out how to do it like without anything
He
else.
doesn't even need. He doesn't
He
even
ain't got to
need
touch
really-
himself. He just looks at it, man. That's a superpower. That is a superpower.
Andreas thinks that he thinks about a 3D printed yoga head. Is that it?
Yeah, I
Like
have
yours?
I think I have the exact correct answer.
That's what his dick looks like.
I think I have the exact correct answer.
I was gonna turn my. Is my mic down still?
Divine
still up?
principles.
It is a little low.
What about now?
A little better, yeah.
That's right.
Better?
The
Better if I
sun, the
turn
sun
other
thinks
way?
Yeah.
about divine principles. Divine principles like
Okay.
straight lines and curves, numbers, math, all of the things that
And the number
material
37.
reality- the material reality can't quite be a straight line, can't quite get a straight ruler, but it's thinking about the divine principle of the straight ruler. That is the sun.
All
Suns who love and justice.
been
and things
too
like
long.
that.
It's been too long.
Let's go.
Did you golf
You
ball?
ready, chat?
Let's go.
It's
Here
been
we
a
go.
long time. I don't remember the last time I rolled this sucker.
Oh, brutal.
All right. 1 through 100. Good luck. Have fun.
69.
Flood. 69, says Garrett.
I'm going 47.
Andreas.
18.
All right. No one got it right. Good luck. Have fun.
Okay.
This is for absolutely nothing. I hope everybody wins, but no one can except one. And that is whoever guesses the correct number. It's 1 through 100. There's a lot of numbers between those two. So no spamming, one guess, and that's all. It might take a little while.
One.
Yeah, you win
so
nothing, but that nothing definitely has consciousness.
Yeah, there's more than ever.
Yeah.
Now.
It's a good point. And it comes from our sun.
That's right.
So, I mean,
Yeah,
all
everything's
right,
from
there's
the same
there's
place.
been a few guesses that are close. So if no one gets it within the next, I don't know, 15 seconds, I'm going to call it and give it to the closest one.
Closest.
At the moment, there's a number that's one away. One away. One number away, but no one's guessed it.
Okay.
5 more seconds.
You can see Rumble chat too?
I got Rumble as well.
Okay.
And there's no more of that crazy delay, so I can
Yeah.
actually do both,
Yeah.
which is nice. And sorry if anyone's watching on Twitter. I don't have
Just
that
love you
chat.
guys.
I
You
don't
know
have
about the
that chat up.
Kardashev scale,
But
right?
you guys are right.
The Kardashev Dyson sphere idea.
know what a
No,
Dyson
but
sphere is.
give me 1 second. All right, so the number that was 5. I rolled a
Dang,
5.
that's so low.
Out of 100.
I know.
What are the
Yeah,
odds?
5. One
Out of 100.
about 1%.
Oh dang.
It is 32-bit demon guessed 6. All right,
close.
so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So you were 1 away. Congratulations, you just won absolutely nothing. But look, save it
The
up for
closest
nothing
loser.
nice. Maybe give it to someone you love, right? Just say you won it on the Crigler show, wanted them to have it because you just care about them so much. Maybe give it to your grandmother if you're lucky enough to have her in your life. Call her up, say, I miss you, I love you, I just won nothing, and I thought of you immediately and wanted you to have it. And I think it would still make her day, right?
I think so.
I think you should do that. So there you go. Congratulations. And for everyone else, better luck next time. Sejong the Great for 5 says, quote, why are these people pointing their bee holes at me?
That's such a funny. That's
that was a good
funny.
callback.
It's real.
I
It's nasty.
don't want to try it, you know? I feel like it would be
They said
nice.
it's bad for you.
Wait, what, really?
Yeah, I read an article. It said it's terrible for you.
Well,
Your butt's
yeah,
never supposed to see the sun?
Yeah,
I
it said
mean,
it's too
I don't
sensitive
know
for the
about
sun.
That can't be true.
perennial sunning
It
though.
says it's
Like
bad.
That whoever says that also says bathing more than once a month is bad. Like this, what? That's ridiculous. Like,
yeah, it
Don't
sounds
get
like
sun-
some communist
don't get-
gobbledygook.
don't get sunlight on your butt. Like what?
They
Like
said it's a sensitive area that when exposed to sun too much.
oh, that's right.
it's
You're the
bad.
guy who thought that hormones don't reveal gender. That's okay.
See, he's trying to get back with us. That's what he's doing.
This is the toughest I've ever felt.
Ooh, hey, I want more cereal. Just Rumble ranted says you asked. So my favorite cereal is a toss-up between Fruit Loops, marshmallows, and Raisin Bran Crunch.
I knew he was gonna say that. Random. I knew it was gonna be Raisin Bran. I was gonna
What do you
make that a joke.
Raisin
Dude,
Bran.
I was gonna say that.
no.
as a
Like 80
joke.
years old?
What? Whoa.
Raisin Bran is my favorite, it's crazy.
No. It's not Raisin Bran. It's Raisin Bran Crunch. There's a difference.
Oh yeah, Raisin Bran Crunch is fire.
I've never had that.
No,
I don't know.
Raisin
what
Bran
that
Crunch is fire. I
Raisin
didn't
Bran
hear the
Crunch is fire.
It is. Okay.
It
I
is
thought it was
fire.
just
Raisin Bran
Yeah.
is
get outta here.
I mean, it's
I eat
it's
it.
You're
okay.
trying to be
It's-
regular, you know.
If I have
No,
to.
Look,
enjoy it.
Raisin Bran is good for the first 3 spoons.
Yeah, too many raisins.
If you have the right ratio of raisins.
Yeah.
But as after the 3rd spoon, it
Yeah.
sucks. It becomes a soggy, disgusting mix.
Quickly.
The Raisin Bran Crunch,
Yeah.
stellar. That is
I agree.
quality.
I didn't hear
Mhm.
that.
I've never had Fruit Loops marshmallows. I don't know. I've
Yeah,
never
they're
heard of
good.
that.
I've never
They're-
heard that either.
They're not that good, but I'm like a kid from the era of marshmallow and
Sorry.
food is good.
Hold on. Oh, I could highlight this. I have to do this. All right, so I just saw this, and I'm like, uh-oh.
What does that mean?
What is my mom saying in chat?
Yeah, I saw that
She's
too.
wildin'.
Like
Wildin'
mom,
Mom.
no, I don't want to know that. I don't.
She
know.
backs me up.
What do you
That's
mean
a good
she
idea.
backs
I
you
think-
up? You be doing it too?
I'm
That's
just saying, I
wild.
think it'd be a good idea. He needs to see the sun every once in a while. Has your butthole ever seen the sun?
Not once.
Dude.
See,
Not
I think
once.
I think it
can't be
deserves to see the sun.
healthy.
It's like a,
Yeah.
it's like the allegory
can't
of the
be healthy.
cave, man. But it's your butthole. Your butthole's like, I don't know what anything
no.
is real.
His,
What is real out
his
there?
That
his
question is
butthole
over.
already has a good amount of melanin. I'm assuming.
It does, yeah. I don't need.
Yeah, but
something
you have to
You don't need
activate
it.
the melanin. You have to activate the
we do.
melanin. You can't just
Well,
can't just.
I
he
wouldn't
only
say
has
so.
he only has 1/4 melanin butthole. So he needs
I need
to.
to like
is
tan it
true.
up.
This is true.
3 days a week. or
But you're
something
playing
like
a
that.
dangerous game, man. You're playing a dangerous game.
Oh, dude, what if you got a sunburn? Too long. I was out here too long.
Dude,
I feel
that's
that's
what-
what ass in the air.
See, that's what I would worry about. I would
Yes.
never want to have a burnt butthole.
Oh, no, you
Like-
got to do it in spurts. It's like
Ugh.
30 seconds.
or you got to make sure you use some suntan lotion.
Yo,
Suntan lotion causes
that's
you.
fucking
Be careful with that.
crazy.
You gotta-
Wiping
gotta-
suntan
you gotta
lotion
really-
around your
really get it in
asshole
there,
is
man.
crazy. I'm good. That's crazy.
I'm sorry to tell you this, you have butthole cancer. How did I get that, doctor? Well, it's all of the butthole exposure to the sun, you fucking idiot.
Actually, it's just from the suntan lotion.
Yeah, the suntan lotion caused. You should have did it without suntan lotion. You would have
Yeah.
been fine.
Well,
You
you
became
see,
a
the
superhero.
suntan lotion you were using, when exposed to really soft tissue, it causes cancer quite
Yeah,
quickly.
put it in the worst place you could.
Now the sun actually held it off for a while, but you just kept smothering it on there in a circular fashion.
Had
Sorry,
you not
Just
used
for
suntan
long
lotion,
periods
you
of time,
would've
that's
become a
weird.
you'd be
The sun's
you'd be
just watching
fine.
you like, what the hell, dude?
I'm right here. Yeah.
That's like, damn. That's like,
Oh,
that's wild that your mom actually does it. That's wild to me. That's the
I
craziest
didn't
thing
know,
I've ever heard.
and now I have that image in my head.
Yeah, that's
Thanks
crazy
a lot.
to me.
It's really sunny in Arizona too, so
Dry climate.
it's dry. It's perfect weather for perennial
Yeah,
sunny.
yeah.
Actually, if you
Yeah.
really think about it.
True. True. You won't get mud butt.
Or
You won't
like
get swamp ass.
parental sunny.
See,
Oh
but
my
if the
gosh.
sun is really a Dyson sphere and it is sending divine principles and data and you're perennial tanning at the same time,
You're soaking
Yeah.
it up.
That's true.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
like butt
a
chugging.
tampon.
It's like
yeah,
water
That's the
shut
best way to
down.
get to you.
Yeah,
it's like
That's like
it's
butt
like rare
chugging. You're taking it
radine.
even extra.
Right
way
to the
more.
bloodstream.
You'll have to bless me on
that's
my
actually
bottom.
A great idea. You guys might have sold it to me.
Yeah,
I might be sold on.
just
this
don't do it anywhere close to me,
Just
gotta separate.
don't yell at. Just don't tell
not
it
a
it's
group
your
sport.
son while you're
shit.
doing
What is
it,
happening? Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
tell
It's like-
everyone.
I
in the
will.
world.
I'm gonna
No, you
apologize
can't.
for you saying it next time. I do it.
or call it daddy.
Oh, God.
You just avoid both of those
Yeah.
actually, if you can.
Somebody on the other side of the fence, like, what the hell
I'll
is
stay
going on?
silent.
What?
I'll stay silent like I do in all my sexual escapades.
Oh my gosh! Wow, that's sad.
Why
Why did everyone just get silent at that?
Because I'm trying to think of where I could actually do
I'm
it
blowing
and
my
not
nose.
be like
Yeah.
charged with something.
And he's remembering Robitussin standing
Yeah,
on his
you could
head.
go out on your balcony.
Yeah, I'll be out of here, bro. They'll get me the fuck out of here in an instant.
Yeah, I feel like if you were caught doing it, it'd be worse than masturbation. Like if someone walks in on you,
That's
perennial tanning,
really weird.
It would probably
almost
be
like
more
You're just like-
uncomfortable.
Spreading your cheeks to the sun.
Yeah.
I just love my dad. Sorry.
I mean, if we did it at a pride parade, I think we'd be good.
Oh, that's
No one
That's,
exceptional.
there you go. There you go. Just look
You
for the
can
next Pride
penetrate a
Parade
man.
near you.
Yeah.
Get
I'll
some
wait till
perennial
next one.
sunning in. Although you might get someone like slip in there while you're
They will.
you're not
Yeah, you
looking.
gotta
I'm
watch
prepared
out.
for that though.
Wow, that's like the only way to blend. You have to
Like you're preparing for that?
you're going undercover.
No,
so you
I'm
have to-
prepared for it if it happens.
Like a chastity belt kind of vibe.
I think.
No, he
I think
can't
that's
do it at
something
my
I'm
house. He can't do it
Bear
at my house.
trap. Just you could perennial sun with a bear trap
little-
like outside just in
The
case.
thing with the hook. That if you
So if
pull
something
out, it
comes
rips
near,
it.
just boom. A thing with a hook.
Yeah, you never
I
seen
don't
that?
want. I don't want any details.
You went a
Looks
little
like an
further than we
antique
needed.
This
Yeah.
little South African.
Oh,
Yeah, that's-
inside joke there.
I saw it today.
Yeah.
I saw it today on Twitter.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for telling my entire audience, though, Mom.
I haven't ever told you, Adam.
I think this is the best time to tell you, Adam.
He told chat. That's crazy.
Oh, that's great. Thanks. Wonderful.
That's wild,
Oh,
man.
wow. That
I
is.
never told you, so I told everyone that wanted to.
It's an important truth.
Damn.
Oh my goodness.
How's the second channel coming, bro?
Yeah.
Love it. It's going well. I'm currently over the past I spent a lot of was like cleaning a lot of my house, and I wasn't home for like 3 days. So but yeah, we're right now, Nisha and I have been discussing what projects we're gonna do. And we got a couple cool projects that we're like planning on doing. It's gonna be fun. I'm currently in the middle of filming a knife video. I'm kind of what is the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say overwhelmed. It's the heat treatment is something that I don't have the proper tools for, and they're kind of expensive. Like to properly heat treat a knife, like perfectly, you need these like thousands of dollars ovens that like perfectly go to the exact temperature you need them. So and then like time it, and then I'm not like I'm not gonna get one of those.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a professional, you know. But the next line is like a fire or whatever, and I got the wrong kind of metal that takes a specific temperature that is pretty hard to actually reach. It's like 1100 degrees Celsius or something, which is like I don't actually know what is that in Fahrenheit.
I don't know.
11.
I'm so distracted by your mom. She's still telling stories.
Goodness.
Mom, stop, please. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah,
No,
she is. She's,
let's
she's in there.
let's read.
She's going
What is
deep
she
in there.
saying?
She's going deep in there.
It's like, Mom, stop. Don't. Let me read it.
Wait,
I can
let's see.
relate. Your mom and I have a lot
I
in
happen to have a
common.
lot of privacy here, so I can go ahead and brown the brown.
Wild, bro.
I've been trying not to laugh. I'm like holding
Oh
them
my
out.
god.
Wild. The Caul
Oh,
Brown Star
wow.
is crazy. That's crazy.
It only
I saw
gets
my
more.
aunt in Sweden suntanning the whole crotchal region.
Like with her
Oh,
legs
man.
Don't stop,
Oh,
bro.
man.
There's a next
Just
one.
like
Just-
full wide.
spread open.
Freaked me out.
What?
I was 14. Yeah, I mean that
Yeah,
wow.
You took notes.
Or like, I got to
obviously.
do that.
Dude,
You're like
that's
that
a-
freaked me out.
So
But I was
freaking-
also very intrigued.
If you read it right, it was like a haiku, and it just really broke me. I was like,
Bro, Brown the Brown Star is crazy.
"That's a rap song."
Where
Write that song.
where do you think I get my bar abilities from? Huh?
I see now.
That's like jail reference, bro. We called it Brown Eye in jail. Brown Star is wild.
That's pretty wild.
Wow.
That's like the name of a new rapper. You know, he just gets
Brown the
out.
Brown Star. He's an Indian
Till you-
rapper.
Till you find
Y'all don't know what I've been through. I do now.
a gay Indian rapper.
Indian
Perennial
rapper.
suntanning.
It's your boy Brown
In
the Brown
jail.
Star.
Fresh out of jail. Sorry.
Got a limp. Don't
Or
ask
fresh
about it.
or fresh in jail. I'm not sure. One of the two.
What was the centigrade temperature you wanted to convert?
1100.
It's 2012 degrees Fahrenheit.
How do you reach that? Only
That's
with an oven.
really hot. Yeah, it's really hot. Like normal heat treatment goes to around 1500 degrees
1100
Uh,
degrees Celsius.
Celsius. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
number.
what
That's
he
the
said
one I knew.
originally. That's the one.
That's
he
the
said
one I knew.
originally. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No,
was trying to get the
I got.
You came with the
So
original
everything in
information.
Europe is in Celsius. So like, I have to. I'm like, it's not that I'm trying to just learn Celsius. It's like I'm learning it and also understanding how to convert all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, speed limits. Like I know how to convert kilometers to miles per hour very easily now.
Yeah.
Like it's like 60 miles an hour is about 100 kilometers an hour, and it's pretty, it scales pretty easily from that. So like 30 miles an hour, 50 kilometers an hour. It's pretty easy to go if you know that 60 is 100. So you could kind of use math to kind of, translate that. But like Fahrenheit to Celsius, totally different.
Yeah,
Totally
helpful.
different. Never got
It'd be
it.
helpful if they gave you a map. See, like in school, they gave us as kids because they were trying to make us all communists in California. They gave it like I learned how to use centigrade first, like the first thing we did, and they'd be like, okay, well, at 23 degrees, it's like perfect. At 33 degrees, it's pretty hot, and you start to map out like at this temperature, at that temperature, you boil water at 100 degrees, and so if you live with it, and you're like, oh yeah, this feels like, and you know, like how hot is this today? Oh God, today's 33 degrees.
Like you can
You
guess
start-
that shit.
Yeah, that's how I.
Yeah, I mean, I can
think
do
that
it with
way instead of
Fahrenheit.
I can't do it with Fahrenheit as easily because I didn't
can.
learn
But
that as a kid.
I'm learning. I know cold temperatures very well in Celsius now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let me
Go
tell
to
you.
Spain this summer.
I know.
and
I know cold temperatures. I can't wait to do research on the warmer numbers. Trust me, I'm looking forward to it.
5 weeks a month. I mean, 5 weeks. a
Yeah.
year.
Diana Francisco says, Robin, I love you. I so love you. Anytime we can return embarrassment to our kids, it's an instant win. Payback works for me. No. Don't get me wrong, Diana. I'm not embarrassed. I'm laughing.
wouldn't
I
be
think it's
embarrassed,
hilarious.
yeah.
I think it's a
No,
solid advocacy
no.
for
It's very
More
difficult
funny
to
than
embarrass
anything.
me
if
because
Robin
I have no
does it,
shame.
it's cool. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's
Like-
automatically funny.
Yeah, my mom
she's a
talking
human
about
being.
like you guys might not have ever heard Brown the Brown Star. I've heard that term before. That's
Have
not
you?
my
No, I've never.
yeah. My mom has
Normally
a
my house.
my mom has a shocking amount of names for buttholes.
Shocking.
Give me another one.
Throw another
Give me
one in
another
the chat.
give me another unusual one.
She just had it perfectly for the bar because it was browning the sun. She just she threw the right one in.
Yeah, I feel-
it's true. Yeah, it's true.
Brown the Brown
Sejong says, I did not expect to open this can of worms. You know what? But
You did,
man, is it glorious though? What a glorious direction
That's why
it
chat's
took.
amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm a big fan.
Tim
Let's
P
see.
Just said, oh yeah.
What did
Oh,
Tim
just-
P just say?
Sorry, -40 is universal F.
Oh, there's an actual Tim P. Oh, sorry. I see Tim P. He said Tim P, and I'm like,
Oh, that
oh,
trigger.
what did Tim Pool say?
Oh, fair enough.
But I see there is actually one. Okay. -40 is universal fucking I'm staying inside temperature. That's facts. That's
What
true.
is that?
-40 on either side is fuck it, I'm not going outside. That's,
Oh yeah, true.
On
True.
either
This is
side.
facts.
That's-
This is facts.
that's what it is.
Yeah, I can guess
That's-
that one.
Right? Yeah. -40. Nope. I'm
Yeah.
good. Where did my dad go? Anyway, sorry. Cigarettes.
Okay. Yeah,
Sorry.
here we go
No.
with it.
Bad
Here we go
joke.
with it.
Right.
Wild joke.
Ryan Hinnard says, get a hot charcoal fire with a hairdryer on it. Heat the metal till it's right before yellow before you go to hot oil. Try it on your scrap metal and see if file cuts it or not. All right. So here's another thing about me. I'm colorblind. So I understand that there's actually a spectrum of how hot metal gets. You could see the color shifting. And reds and greens to me are blend. Blues and purples blend. So when you say right before yellow, boy,
You're gonna fuck it up.
I just like I'm stuck on this heat treatment thing, man. I know I need to like build something. Like I have some gas.
Crucible. Is that what they
I
call
wish
it?
I wish Crucible.
Crucible.
That's more for like smelting and like melting maybe like gold or silver, softer ferrous metals. But this is more like you really need like a forge, or like this is right, like hot charcoal that you can get with a hair dryer. I've seen those setups, Ryan, and I was thinking about doing something along those lines. It's just
we still talking about perennial sunning?
No.
Yes.
Do you want to go back? Did you?
No, that's just what I thought you guys were talking about.
Some new information. Oh, that's new. My mom gave me a brown popper.
Oh my!
Wow.
Oh man.
You know,
that's a good one. No, I like that one.
That's good.
I actually like that one.
That's actually my nickname for Flawed.
Brown popper. That's wild. I've never heard you call me that, so you must be fucking saying that behind my back.
It's true. It's true. Actually, Mo gave me the nickname. I thought that you were cool with it.
So y'all be calling me that behind
like
my
a
back.
little, like a pet name.
Yeah, it's true.
That's crazy.
Kim Jong Un's mother called him Najang Hamong, which meant dwarf anus as a kid. So I feel like
what?
Mothers are just
wait.
cute.
Did it? Wait. Did it mean dwarf anus in Korean though?
Yeah.
Or in a different language?
She knew what she was
in
calling
Korean.
him.
Yeah.
Damn,
So
that's
she
why he's so
knew.
fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
She thought he looked like, he's like, come over here, you cute little dwarf anus. Yeah, that's the way.
That's wild.
I think moms can
Damn.
be clever, you know.
That's not even clever. That's just
Or just brutal.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
just
but
me.
Kim Jong Un kind of did look. Never mind. Just
Maybe she
Hey, and
made that. She made him become that because he was like, I'm just a dwarf.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look like Dr. Robotnik is Asian.
She was trying to balance it out because everybody thinks he's a god, you know.
Dr. Robot. All right.
That's what he reminds me of.
See, I feel like that's racist, but okay.
I didn't say that. That wasn't me. Disavow YouTube. All right, that was a fantastic episode. That's 2 hours. I don't want to go too much later because my clock changed now. In the description, you can find all the links to all the Base Staff guys, including Caul and George, who didn't make it today, but that's fine. They're still in the fam.
We love them.
Thank you guys for supporting, seriously. And please share and I don't know, like the stream, subscribe if you're not subscribed, but definitely go support all the other guys that are on the show. They're all fantastic and all doing nonstop online stuff. So if you follow any of them, I appreciate it. And most of all, thanks for joining tonight. So I will see you guys next time. I don't know when I'm going live next. I have no idea.
And everyone should try perennial sunbathing at least.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor. That's not medical advice.
Not a doctor.
Not advice.
Or maybe, everyone should listen to their father. We'll just put it that way.